Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Is my mic working? Can we get ones in the chat if the audio is okay? I'm hoping it was just StreamYard messing up. Let's see. Let's see. Runs with scissors says I won't back down. Granny, please start from the beginning again. I couldn't understand that 8-minute video. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just need to know if this is working. Oh, one's way better. Okay, so it was StreamYard. It wasn't me. All right, thank you. StreamYard is messing up. Every time StreamYard offers new updates, it messes up every time. That's why I'm about done with them. So I prefer to be streaming off of this so I can learn how to utilize this because StreamYard is charging way too much. And I don't even know how to use this one, so I apologize. Doohickey, it wasn't my microphone, but I'll take all of the donations. Thank you. 21 months of membership. Thank you, Vanessa. Doohickey with the 199, a microphone. Thank you. Okay. It wasn't my microphone though, but I appreciate it. What is this? It has a button that says react. Here's a warning. I don't know what this is going to do. So pre-warn. Okay. They're interesting. I don't know this app. I'm not too familiar with it. So we are going to learn together today. I do apologize. Thank you everyone for hitting a thumbs up. Liberty Farmer and I just had a YouTube baby. I hope this is news I've been waiting for. I don't know if it is, but you shall find out. We will find out. I don't understand how this thing works too well. Let me see how I show things and all. I apologize that I'm kind of learning this with you all, but I'm going to try it. I saw a YouTuber had a thumbnail of a crock bed, but it was not in his video, so I felt deceived. All right, how do I there's my lovely moderators. Hello, hello. Kenneth says, I'm ready to buy my plane ticket, Granny. Hold off for now. All right, here it is. Let me see. Let me see if I do it like this. All right. Come on. My thing froze over here. Give me a second. Let me see if I had my... Let's do it this way. See how my channel pulls up. So if I was to share auto as screen, video to stream, what does that mean? Dang it. Screen. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Is that showing up for you guys? Do you guys see my channel being shown to you all right now? One's in the chat if we do. I apologize that this is so goofy right now. I didn't know that StreamYard would do what StreamYard does best, which is charge us an arm and a leg and then F up all the time. Ones. Okay, great. So that does work. All right. So I do have some updates for you all. And updates we do have. So my default judgment was signed and recognized by the courts. So apparently there should be a hearing about it within 30 days, which is great. We did request attorney fees and any damages the courts may deem. So we'll see where that goes. But it was officially signed. So yeah, it is what it is. So the default judgment has a judgment against officially. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just think some people need to be held accountable to openly admit that you just wanted to cost people money and that a C&D was an intimidation tactic. If they're already throwing somebody in litigation, you got to be one goofy MFer. And not the good MFers, not the type we fuck with over here, but a real goofy, unbelievably stupid person to do that if you thought I was going to accept that. So it is good news. Thank you. Thank you. Matter of fact, I think we can also celebrate over here. This thing's weird. This is on that was against Brittany. Yeah. That default judgment was against Brittany. She never responded to she sent me so Brittany sent me, as you're all aware, a C&D. Within it, I was accused of things I didn't do. So I responded back to the C&D that I will not be complying and that if you have proof to the contrary of the claims you're accusing me of, please forward them. I waited 2 weeks. I never heard anything back from the attorney whose name was on the C&D. I then went to my Pennsylvania attorney and said, "This is what's going on. What can we do? Can we do this?" And he said yes, and he did that. In that time frame, there is an update about the RICO. In that time frame, Brittany was given 20 days to respond. That's under PA court rules. I didn't make up that time frame. The courts make that up. She did not respond. We then sent her a 10-day courtesy letter that we would be entering default judgment if she doesn't respond, and she still didn't respond. She was too busy on here, you know, being messy, and thought that it was more relevant to show prior messages from years ago than to deal with what she put into the atmosphere. Um, so no, she did not respond. She did not enter herself as pro se on the court website. You can look at it yourself. She was never entered as pro se. She never put a response in. And that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. She never responded. So now it is signed in. There is a judgment on my behalf. And I think it should be about 30 days that I go before the judge. And I guess that's where we do attorney fees, court cost, and what she will hopefully have to pay for trying to waste more time, more money, and intimidate me out of my right to free speech and all of yours. Gary said, "What a lump." Sorry, this is still really weird to get used to. That's a good question, Emma. When does she not? Good question. Yeah, I love when her and her friends are like, "It was only a C&D. It wasn't a court order." Yeah, it's not the way C&Ds work. Don't initiate litigation if you're not ready to follow through on it. These people think they're just going to keep waving litigation over everybody's heads and we're just going to take it. No. Well, she's going to find out what a default judgment means for her. So brace herself. That's all I can say. Stop wasting the court's time. Stop wasting lawyers' times. Stop wasting our time. And most importantly, stop wasting other people's money. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you. I'm glad you guys can hear me now. Well, if she's pro se, that's a good question, Jamie Beck. Shouldn't she have to attend court? I agree. I do know when it comes to the RICO, we are definitely subpoenaed. We have a right to face the people that accused us of these crimes. And make no mistake, they were crimes that we were accused of. So I know when it comes to getting back to the lower courts about the allegations of RICO and all that crap, they will have to show up. And I assume some of them are going to think again that they don't have to listen to the courts, and then they could just be you know, held held liable for that. Slightly pickled. Ain't that right? It's time for the find out part of the FAFO. We have reached it. So, there's that. Yeah, homie. They should all face the judge, all of them. They should. Lynn Love, so do I. Thank you so much. Right, Kenan, where's the money? Forensic accountant. I mean, it's disrespectful to file something like that and not respect timelines and required documents. I agree, Lita B. Not only that, but this is twice now that she thought it was okay to waste Pennsylvania court's time. She tries to sound like you more every night. It's ridiculously truthful, but hilarious that she's so unsure of herself and kind of sad too. That's what I've always said, Heather. Like to be at her age and not have your own identity and have to mimic those around you like a child idolizing the cool kids, it is pathetic. Like you do have to feel a little sympathy for somebody being that pathetic. Nothing right now, beach life. Nothing right now. I think I could. I mean, I'm going to definitely present the moment she put the fundraiser up for this attorney and all of the remarks that were made in between. Yeah. When you're sitting there saying, I'm going to lose my channel and then my life, that I'm going to lose 2 lawsuits, right? I mean, come on. What is this about a PI? What are you guys talking about? I know, Nikki, and still believe that they won. She is, Gary. I've always said that. Her biggest issue is that she really just wants to be friends with us. She tried many times. Filed bankruptcy, that will not help her. And matter of fact, given the RICO, I don't think she can. But they can surely try anything if they want, right? Savannah says, I can hear you. It wasn't me, it was StreamYard. Oh, did she miss Lyra Bird? I don't listen to a word she says because I don't care. If I wanted to listen to somebody lie to me, I'd watch like a movie and pretend I thought it was real. Like I don't. Why does anybody care to listen to anything that woman says? I will never understand it. Will the information from the default judgment be used on the anti slap? If my attorney feels there's some type of bearing with it, sure, but I don't think it would be necessary. Also, let me tell you all, because I don't know how I'm new to this. So, of course, I drank myself a Red Bull. I'm drinking it right now. And Red Bull has a new winter edition flavor, and it is fantastic. Fuji apple and ginger, and it tastes just like apple cider. And I think I'm going to be addicted. That would make sense. That's why she's spending so much on dumb shit. They're going to try to claim bankruptcy. I don't know, Meg. We've questioned that before. I don't know what her plans are, but I can promise they won't succeed, whatever they are. So, yeah, I don't know, Queenie. I don't know. I haven't spoke that far, although we know it's coming. So, what is the last I updated you all with the RICO? I think I updated you all that they filed their brief and they did a horrendous job, right? Put a one in the chat if that's the last update we've had. That they filed their brief at 11:49 the night it was due, like right. So it was due on November 3rd. They submitted it 11:49 on September 3rd, right? November. I'm sorry, November 3rd. One's in the chat. Okay, I thought that's where we were. It's a pretty ballsy move, right? To submit a brief that is due and wait until the last minute of when it's due. But that's what they did. So they submitted their brief and it was November 3rd, 11:49 they submitted their brief. Jody says, I'll say it again, money is her only form of consequence that she will learn from. Oh yeah, BJ knows. She was served. We filed, unlike these people, we file PA's procedural rules. We follow them to a T. We respect the course time and we respect the course outline of how things are meant to go. We would never disrespect that. What? Red Bull has an advent calendar? Ha! I would die for that. I didn't know that. I'd never seen that. The fact she will be responsible by a court for her doing her part of this. So she will pay even if over time. Oh, Tonka, I'm sorry to hear that. Bankruptcy is very different than it used to be. Anything frivolously purchased within a period of time may have to be forfeited. That's good to know, Tia. It's good to know. I think you would have to think of what are you going to do that has a lasting impact that I don't know if that's something they want to do, but who knows? I mean, these people have never it's not like they ever worked for anything, right? So, yeah, she did. She abused the system. It's called abuse of process. Absolutely. Malicious prosecution, abuse of process, Dragon Eddie, call it what you will. But what it comes down to is baseless litigation and trying to waste people's time and money. And she admitted that was her goal. She admitted it, which is so stupid when you're in active litigation, but bless it be. I don't anybody who's ever called her smart, you know. Thank you so much, Amy. Congrats. Thank you. Red Bull is my only divulges. Me too. Yeah, where do you get a Red Bull advent calendar? Bankruptcy goes through a lawyer. You cannot file while in litigation. The court will not allow it. I think it's dependent on states, but I never looked into it because I'm not really worried about it. A lot of people are getting rid of assets right now. We're fully aware of that. Thank you for being transparent to your supporters. We appreciate it. Unlike others saying you are showing your hand. How can I show my hand when these are on public dockets? Showing my hand would be like if I read you all my attorney's brief right? If I read you my attorney's brief, which is not submitted on the docket, which has not been submitted yet, that would be showing my hand. By telling you all something after it's already recognized by the courts, I'm not showing my hand. But it's cute if that's what they think I'm doing, because I can tell you we got a lot more going on. Shiloh sent her milestone, really wanted you to read it. I'm sorry, I don't, give me one second. I'm new to this. I didn't see it. And I don't see that they have a, hold on, let me pull it up on YouTube side. I'm sorry. They have a fan funding over here. Oh, oh, I see Boo Berries on YouTube side with 46 months. Thank you so much, Boo Berry. Yeah, went through hell for her hurt feelings. We have your back always, girl. Thank you so much. Then I see LA sent $10. Love you, girl. You deserve some good news. Thank you so much, LA. We have Gold Dust. You are stronger than you know and smarter than you believe. You rock, Grady. Wow, thank you so much, Gold Dust. You guys are really sweet. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the milestone. I'm sorry that I missed it. This is so new to me. It's so weird. Susan says, hashtag love you, Granny, hashtag FUBJ. Thank you, Susan. Oh, dang, I don't see it. Petty AF says the Advent calendar is expensive. Of course, right? Thank you, Petty. But where did you guys find it? Amazon? Thank you for letting me know. Dang, I don't see the milestone. I'm sorry, guys. You can't keep a good melon down. Send it. Oh, it's too funny. I'm so sorry, J Dub. I don't know how to work this app over here. I got Peekaboo. It came up. Celebrate 7 months of membership. Streak to the like button, y'all. Thank you, Pika. I'm sorry, guys. On StreamYard, everything highlights in a color format, just like it does on YouTube. So it stands out. On here, it just comes in like a regular, excuse me, like a regular comment. So I don't see them as swiftly as I would the others. Advent calendar at Target, Kroger, Costco, or Walmart. Thank you for telling me. All right. Okay, so this works, right? Up, out of stock at Target, $49.99. I found the Red Bull Advent calendar at Walmart. It's 24 cans is 50. Holy shit. Are they like exclusive cans? Duchess is running to catch the bus. Come on, Duchess. I like the watermelon too, but I'm telling you, if you guys haven't tried their winter edition, the apple and ginger, get it. Absolutely get it. It is so good. It tastes like, if you like apple cider or apple juice, of course. Oh, that's right, girl next door. Put them in place, baby. What are you waiting for? 696. Red Bull is expensive in Australia. I could only imagine. I mean, it's expensive here too. It's like 250 a small can. That can add up, especially because Red Bull is highly addictive. Oh, thank you, Yaya. All right, so let me see. I want to try if I was to invite somebody on stream. Let me exit this out. Let me see if I how I add a guest. Oh, I can permanently link it. That's cool to know. So I do have the update with the RICO. As we're all aware, excuse me one second. All right. Sorry, I had a cough. Polish says, Polish says, did you see the aurora last night? Is that the northern lights? Some people were saying in my area that they could see the northern lights, and I wanted to cry because I could not. Red Bull is mean to your heart. That does explain a lot, to be honest. I've never had an energy drink if you haven't stayed away. Oh, look at us. Sagittarius twins, Heather. I refuse to get out of bed. Anybody's welcome to come up. Just let's stick to the topic at hand, is all I ask. Yes, it is. Gray Needs Night. They will bro it too. I tried, but nope, just stars. I had a lot of stars. I thought, I'll have to upload the picture when I'm done here. I thought maybe I could see a little bit of purple, but I don't know if that was just like me wanting to wishfully think I could. Of course, there's pics of it from Kate May. Of course there is. Are we supposed to be able to see them again tonight? I don't know what you're talking about, Lee Michelle, but send me an email. I have no pity left. I have no pity left. This woman thought that she was going to throw me in jail for 20 years. Captain Kurt said we can see it in Florida. Yes, tonight. Listen, I'll drive down the shore to see them. Honest to God, I would. I would love nothing more. Right, that's why if I went down the shore, I may be able to see it. I'm gonna try it. Northern Lights, we have to use a phone. That's what it was here too, Petty. Like with the bare eyes, you couldn't see it, but if you had the phone open, you could. Um, Going to be stronger tonight. So would you really recommend driving down the shore for it? Um, all right. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Major solar storm. All right, I'm going then. I'm going. Oh, okay, Lee Michelle. Sorry. Absolutely up to good. Somebody just wrote that. Uh, uh, Use your camera if you can't see with naked eye. Oh my gosh, my husband seen the Northern Lights last night for the first time. He was freaking out. That's how I would feel. I would literally cry tears of joy to get to see the Northern Lights. It would be such a blessing. I love everything to do with the solar system, the planets, the stars. It's amazing to me. And to be able to see the solar lights, oh, please. Gorgeous. Would love it. Now she's bringing in idiots. That's what she's always done, right? Nothing new there. So we all are aware they filed their brief very last minute. They thought they were being slick, they were being funny, they were being cool. But did you all know how incompetently they filed them? So I believe I told you all before, and I read out our response to their filing because it was so poorly done that it wasn't even something we could literally like we couldn't respond to it. That's how bad it was done. They didn't add the record. They didn't put all the pleadings, transcripts, nothing. They did nothing. They didn't time match it so that we could argue it. Like it was as bad as their initial filing, right? Like how do you argue something when you don't even know what their argument is? So guess what they went and did the other day? They put in an application for relief, okay? They put in an application for relief with the courts. And you won't believe what they wrote in this. So everybody get your cup of Nancy, get your hot chocolate, get your Red Bull, get whatever you get your smokes, whatever you enjoy, and get ready because we are going to have a good old time. Time varies a lot during these events. Even if you don't see anything when you first look, it could change on a moment's notice and explode, then calm down again. Oh, I'm going to try. Um, I'm going to go ahead and try to see it anyhow. Hopefully we do, Janice. Hopefully we do. I think it would be a lovely thing. So they are asking coffee, smokes, and hankies ready. That's right, James. Okay. A dad says I'm ready. They put in for relief. They did. Tattoos, check your text real fast. My goodness, hold on. Oh, tattoos with the 36 months. Holy shit, that is 3 years, girl. Thank you so much for your milestone. I am sorry I missed it. Solar flares might be explaining what the hell is going on because a lot of people are losing their minds. They are going to be held accountable for your actions. I hope so. All right, so first they put in application for relief, and it's basically a leave to file corrected appellant's brief and reproduce record out of time to substitute corrected brief and for expedited dispositions. I'll get into it in a minute. So, what they're basically saying here, and we will read it. Appellants spying through undersigned counsel respectfully apply to this honorable court for relief and aver the following facts. One, appellants seek an order granting leave under PA RAP 105B to file on or before Monday, November 17th, a corrected appellant's brief that replaces the R.R-A placeholders with finalized reproduced record pinpoint citations together with the reproduced record. So basically, what they're saying is, we messed up so badly on our brief. Will you please allow us to do a second one so we can correct how badly we messed up the first one? Oh no, Stitchin. It all goes within like 30 days. Then they say appellants further requests that the preliminary, upon acceptance of the corrected brief, substitute it for the brief filed on November 3rd. So basically, give me a do-over. Let me do this over. I messed up so badly. Please allow us a second one. It's just unbelievable to me. And deemed a November 3rd brief withdrawn. Now, I want you all to remember, normally you get 30 days to file a brief, right? They've played so many games to hold us up in litigation that they've had way more time than the average person gets. Right. This is exactly what lawfare is. Oh, that's a good idea. Try pointing a security camera to the northern sky and just let it roll through the night. What a great idea, day by day. Thank you. I honestly want to go down. Like, probably when I end this stream, I'll go down because I had things I had to finish up down there anyway. I just might do that. All right. Anyhow, additionally, appellants request that this court resolve any motion to strike the November 3rd brief by denying it as mute upon substitution. So, because we filed where we were asking them to basically handle the fact that their brief was so poorly written, they want our filings to be mute. They don't want to be held accountable for the fact that they thought they were being slick, waiting last minute, and fumbled so poorly. I mean, that was one of the worst briefs I've ever personally seen. Or they want alternately by holding such motion in abeyance until the Monday, November 17th cure date, and then denying it as mute. Finally, appellants respectfully request expedited dispositions of this application, including a shortened time to answer and permitting single judge deposition. So listen to that, okay? Listen to how ballsy this is. Not only do they want, now they want to rush the court to make a judgment, but they also want to change the way appellate court operates. Instead of having 3 judges that overhear the briefs, they want one judge to do it. What is this? Are you kidding me? So you want to shorten our time to respond, and on top of that, instead of having 3 judges, you want one judge? You already held us up so long, and now you want to shorten that time further? Unbelievable. On November 3rd, appellants timely filed their principal brief in this appeal to preserve the appellate schedule and ensure compliance with all procedural deadlines. Because the reproduced record was still undergoing final assembly and pigmentation and strict compliance, the file brief necessarily contained temporary RR placeholders at locations where pinpoint citations to the reproduced record would appear. That's not the way that works. You've had months to get everything together. If they needed more time, they should have filed their brief and asked for more time. You don't wait until we point out how incompetent your brief is to then act like you did it on purpose. Yeah, this is ballsy. These placeholders were inserted solely to ensure timely preservation of appellate rights while the reproduced record was being completed. The substantive arguments, legal authorities, factual assertions, and overall structures of the brief were finalized and filed in their entirety. Wow. I'm reading all of this with all of you. Okay. This is my first time reading it. 3. Appellants represent to this court that they possess the capacity to file the completed reproduced record and text identical corrected brief with all the RR placeholders replaced by completed pinpoint citations by Monday, November 17th. How much time have they already had? Right, they want a do-over. BJ should thank you because I'm positive your updates are the only update she gets on her own lawsuit. That is the truth, Pretty in Pink. Right, placeholders up to good. Listen, we're not even a room of lawyers and we understand how ridiculous this is. Uh, so they said the corrected brief will be identical to the November 3rd filing in all substantive respects, with the sole exceptions being the insertion of final record citations in compliance with the rules that they already messed up, and any immaterial line wrap or conformance citation line adjustments required. This cure will bring the filing into full and complete conformity with applicable rules. So again, we entered this not following the court rules of procedure, but we're asking you to give us a do-over because we messed up. That was a good question, Shadow. So it was brought to my attention, speaking to somebody else, that Nick has been over on whatever platform pretending to be speaking to all these superior judges. I've never heard somebody say, I don't want you to do the rules how you've always done them. We want one judge. Yeah. Can only imagine why, right? Shadow? I had the same thought. Number 4, the authority for granting this application is substantial and multifaceted. Explicitly authorizes this court, upon application and for good cause shown, to enlarge the time prescribed by the rules or to permit any act to be done after the expiration of such time, except for jurisdictional filings that are not implicated in the present application, and govern applications for relief in the appellate courts and require that the grounds for relief and the specific relief sought be set forth with particularity. So again, because they screwed up so bad, give us a do-over. This is exactly why their litigation was seen as lawfare, as slap. This is exactly why. Okay, and then right here, this part. To be set forth with particularity. These provisions further authorize the court to shorten the time for filing an answer to the application and permit single judge action on such applications. Huh. So shorten the time to answer. PA Rap 2186 establishes the general rule that the reproduced record shall be served and filed no later than the date of service of the principal brief, unless otherwise ordered by the court. And it wasn't. You were meant to have it all together at the time that you sent it, and you didn't. They're also claiming that by them not putting the reproduced record in, that is like no big deal. The only thing is, I do believe the courts will allow them to do this, and it will just be highlighted at the end. I wouldn't doubt that the appellate court grants them this because the appellate court prefers to hear things on merit. They're basically trying to say, despite, thank you so much, WNC Graney, despite all the things that we have done to hold up this appeal process, we're not looking to hold it up. So please shorten the time so it doesn't look like we're doing exactly what we're doing, which is to keep these two tied up in litigation. I hope those judges give them what for trying this trick. It's just really gross. The whole thing's gross. You don't think the courts are going to see right through this? When the whole basis of why we're here is because the judge ruled it a slap lawsuit? Allowing appellants a brief, defined opportunity to complete pinpoint citations will facilitate this court's efficient review on the merits and ensure that all arguments are properly anchored to the record. Right. That's why it's crucial that you have that involved. That's why it's crucial that you do this the correct way. This whole thing's just so gross. They also go, finally, PA 2188 recognizes that failure to file within prescribed time periods may prompt dismissal on motion. Granting the short ordered enlargement sought here will avoid unnecessary collateral motion practice and potential prejudice to the parties and the efficient administration of this court's docket. That's why you should have had that correct the first time you did it. Okay. This is like, this is just another way for them to do what they've been doing this whole time, which is ignoring PA's procedural guidelines, rules, and doing whatever they want to do. Good cause abundantly exists to grant this application. The enlargement sought is brief and defined, extended only to Monday, November 17th, a period of merely 1 week from the date of this filing. Why didn't you just do it when you were meant to do it then? The enlargement ensures that appellant's brief will contain accurate, rule-compliant pinpoint citations to the reproduced record following its filing pignation. Appellees already possess appellant's complete and substantive arguments, legal theories, and factual presentations as embodied in the November 3rd brief. Only the specific page numbers within a reproduced record and material line rapid adjustments will be added upon filing a corrected brief. This short, defined cure period causes no material prejudice to appellees and instead promotes orderly adjudication by ensuring that all briefing will conform to appellate standards. Should have been done before that. 6, to prevent avoidable collateral motion practice and to maintain the briefing schedule on its intended track, appellants respectfully request that this honorable court order that any answer to this application be filed within 3 business days of service or by Wednesday, November 13th. So they then wanted to put a time frame on when we could respond to this filing. And despite the fact that they filed it knowing the courts were closed yesterday. Unbelievable. And they also say by 12 p.m. Maybe we'll wait till 11:49. Appellants further request that a single judge be authorized to dispose of this application, thereby expediting the relief sought and prevent unnecessary delay. So basically, despite us delaying everything from the very jump, Your Honors, that's not what we're looking to do here. That's not what we're not trying to hold up the courts. They think they're slick. Then they said, regarding concurrence, appellants note that given the highly adversarial posture of this matter and the urgent need for immediate relief to preserve the appellate schedule, appellants did not seek advanced concurrence from opposing counsel. Importantly, the Pennsylvania rules of appellate procedure do not require concurrence efforts for applications filed under PA 123 and the Superior Court of Pennsylvania, and this application is not made subject to any perquisite of concurrence or opposition constellation, whatever. So that's basically what they were asking for. Like I said, I think it would be granted, and I think I just heard it was granted. So let's see. They filed a new one this morning. Am I getting this correct? Yeah, hold on. All their signatures look the same too, we've noticed. Hold on a second. The other thing is, we're supposed to have 30 days to respond to them. So if they submit another brief in the middle of November, we then get 2 weeks to respond. Go back to the date. What do you mean, Krama? Oh, I know. That's the other thing. You guys are right. Where you're saying the date was wrong. They said the 13th, right? Wednesday, November 13th. Today's Wednesday, and it's the 12th. That's right. I forgot about that. Well, here's why, ostrich, right? Because the appellate court wants to make sure there's no mistake that these people can go run and cry into Supreme Court that they weren't given a fair chance. So they're going to let them get away with every one of these things, and they're going to hear the case on the merits, and then when they make their ruling, they will more than likely note all of these things that have taken place. It's not that they don't see it, it's not that they don't recognize what's going on, it's that they want this to be done on the merits. Yeah, I guess we're supposed to respond to this. Yeah, we know that. WNC Granny, we absolutely know that. All right, 1 second. Let me pull this up. Shiloh, thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. I'm writing, you're a strong woman who don't back down, and I'm so proud to support you. You make your children, family, friends, and all of us so proud. Thank you so much, Shiloh. Thank you for that. Yeah, so this is where we're at. Your time grading is mind blowing to me. Right. I know. I know, Italy. Don't I know it? Right. What's the point of the anti slap? If they can keep manipulating this way. I agree. But it's eventually going to be president sentence. So they're going to want to hear it on the merits. Apparently by today, Marina. 7 people want to randomly stand outside your office door talking loudly when you're trying to listen to Granny give an update. The court must end this firm and swiftly and haul all of them in for final judgment and financial consequences. I do feel like these people deserve, seriously deserve, in my opinion, to be sanctioned. Really, Glenda? I don't think he has that much pull. Reeks of a last ditch effort. He did say that. He did say that. Nick said we'll be tied up for years. And stuff be so messed up on legal papers. When it's Lasniak as the writing attorney, I suppose. I mean, I don't know if Lasniak's writing these, but his signature's on them. Pinpoint where they can take it to Supreme Court. Maybe that's the next in the script. They said that was next in their script. I agree, spiritual being. Like, while all this sucks and this keeps happening, I have no doubt that it will all be used against them in the end. I have no doubt in my mind that every last bit of this is being noted. They see it and they will be held accountable for it. No, there's nothing to brag about here. Honestly, Tracy, this is embarrassing. I don't think anybody would brag about this embarrassing plea to the courts to basically say, hey, I know I screwed up so badly, but please allow me a second chance because of my screw up. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't think she should brag. The Supreme Court, you have to seek permission to go before them. I don't know if they would get permission. I missed another membership. My friend, no one you know, with 47 months. The response is a damn joke. Traveling again, so missing stuff, but I support you, Jess. Checking in from London. Miss you all. Everyone, please hit the thumbs up. I hope you have so much fun, no one you know. Thank you so much for being here as long as you have. It is pathetic. In all my years, only the Supreme Court of PA has the discretion to allow a single judge review. Appellate court is 3-judge panel. That's how I felt, Wendy Blank. And I thought it would be pretty ballsy to say you want one judge, but you know. Am I buffering? They are planning something. I don't like the way they are asking for expedited actions after all this time. They're trying to make it look like, hey, we're not doing this to hold up the courts. It's them thinking they're slick. That's what it is, in my opinion. But at some point, this shit has to stop. The whole point of an anti-slap. This, you know what I hope, Kimberly? I hope when all's said and done, that my attorney and barbecue's attorney, and perhaps myself and barbecue as well, can advocate as people that have experienced the process of the slap what we feel like are loose ends. I think that would be a fantastic thing to help them kind of clean up this thing they offer as relief of where the relief's not being given. As the lower court judge wrote, Judge Eckel, this has all the hallmarks of exactly what legislators sought to stop. All of it. Well, my understanding is this doesn't stop at much. Our briefs are due December 3rd. I don't know if that's changed or not. Last I heard. Um, it does, not it. It does. But we know that not for them it doesn't, right? They've made that clear. All right, let me check this. In court is shortened time to answer and permit a single judge. Okay. I don't understand if they possess the capacity to file the completed reproduced record, why didn't you do it when it was due? Instead of playing games and waiting to the final minute to respond. And then to sit there and act like what they're doing is a benefit to us and the courts. Yeah, that's exactly why that's part of the process. Exactly what the Anti Slapp is supposed to prevent. So they've got to get this figured out to stop the games and the cost of thousands of dollars for the games and the court's time. It's unbelievable, isn't it? So basically they were seeking grants to leave to file on or before Monday, November 17th, corrected appellant's brief that replaces the placeholders with final produced record pinpoint citations, and together with the reproduced record prepared and pegged in it under whatever and served and filed. Because the other thing is when they do this, they're supposed to serve each of us with a copy of it. Directs the preliminary, upon acceptance of this corrected brief, to substitute it for the brief filed on November 3rd and to deem the November 3rd brief withdrawn and stricken. Just a question. Is barbecue attorney also replying each time like your attorney does? Yeah, Janice. Then they say for number 3, provides the appellee's brief shall be due 30 days after service of appellant's corrected brief and reproduced record in accordance, and that the substitution of the corrected brief shall not by itself constitute grounds for further enlargement absent court order. So they're also saying, okay, give us an extended time and then give them till December 30th. And they filed this with the courts twice, guys. Shelby Lynn just became a member. Thank you, Shelby. I thought you were a member. So we were normally due December 3rd, and they're saying if the court grants them till the 17th, to grant us till December 17th to respond. But yet they're not trying to hold things up, guys. Surely that's not what they're doing. Number 4, denies as mute any motion to strike, dismiss, or otherwise attack the November 3rd brief upon substitution. Alternatively, holds any such motion in abeyance until November 17th, then denies it as mute upon timely substitution. So because our attorneys responded to how incompetent their brief initially was, they want all of those arguments to be mute because they fixed it. Sounds like exactly what it looks like. 5, shorten the time to answer this application to 3 business days from service or to Thursday, November 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So that must be why they sent it again, because they had to fix the date. Whichever is earlier and permits disposition by a single judge under PA Rep 123. So they want to shorten our time to be able to answer this application. And then grant such other relief. This is unbelievable. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not saying they want us to answer within 3 days. They want the courts to answer within 3 days. They're telling the courts to answer within 3 days. Or by November or Thursday. Actually, look, let me show you guys. They fixed it in one area and they still messed it up in the other. Hold on. Let me share this with you. All right, so here again, it says Wednesday, November 3rd. They want the honorable court. Appellants respectfully request that this honorable court order that any answer to this application be filed within 3 days. So yeah, that would be our answers. And they say Wednesday, but down the bottom they say Thursday. Is it demanding a court or us, Joel? I don't understand it. Whatever. Either which way, I think they have balls demanding anybody respond to anything when they're the ones that waited all these months. Pagination. Yeah. They held us up all these months. Remember, Lasniak had to take a leave. He missed the first briefing schedule because he was, taking care of his terminally ill father-in-law, and then they finally get this in, and now they want to take the time with this. It's insane, isn't it? Instead of responding to what we filed about how horrendous, and that's why they wrote this, guys, because my attorney and Mr. King, Barbecue's attorney, pointed out how horribly done their briefs were. And because they pointed those out, instead of responding to our motions to quash because it was so horribly done, they wrote this up instead. I read you all what my attorney said about it. Right. That's why they did this. They didn't want to respond to our motions to quash, so they went to the courts directly. Because Barbecue's attorney wrote in his, like, he joined on to our filing, and then he added more to it, which was, I can't even argue on behalf of my client because they don't, it doesn't match up with a reproduced record. I don't know. He wasn't able to wiggle himself out of parole. Let me see if I can find that. I think I have it. Hold on. I think I have it. Um and what he wrote was funny too, because he's like, how are we even supposed to, and that's been the problem this whole time with this filing, is it's so poorly done. It is so unbelievably confusing that a competent attorney has to become incompetent to even know how to respond to it. All right, so here it is. Pelly Barbecue, through her undersigned counsel of record, files the within application to quash appellant's appeal for failure to comply Chapter 21 of the Rules of Appellate Procedure, stating in support thereof as follows. So this is what we wrote. Hey, Brenda, this is what we wrote, and this is what they're responding to, okay? 1. Appellee Barbecue hereby joins in appellee Granny's application to quash the appellant's appeal for failure to comply or deny oral argument for failure to comply, which is incorporated herein. 2. By per curiam order dated August 22nd, this court granted appellant's application to reinstate appeal, stating as follows. So don't forget this either. Their appeal was originally quashed. They came back and said, "Oh, but we missed it because we were, I was taking care of my father-in-law, blah blah blah." Upon consideration of August 5th motion to vacate August 1st per curiam order and to reinstate appeal, nunc pro tunc, application to reinstate appeal, blah 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 blah. It was reinstated. By order dated September 22nd, this court established that Monday, November 3rd, as the deadline for appellants to file and serve their brief and reproduce record. At 11:46 p.m. on November 3rd, appellants filed their brief. However, appellants have failed to file the reproduced record as required by Chapter 21 of the Rules of Appellate Procedure. This court has not dispensed with appellants' obligation to file a reproduced record. By order dated November 4th, this court established Wednesday, December 3rd as the deadline for appellees to file their respective briefs. Appellee Barbecue is unable to adequately prepare for her brief without the benefit of a reproduced record. Further, Appellee Barbecue respectfully asserts that this court's ability to evaluate and rule upon the issues will be adversely impacted without briefs from the parties that accurately reference a reproduced record. Appellant's failure to comply with Chapter 21 of the Rules of Appellate Procedure has and will continue to prejudice appellee ability to respond to appellant's appeal and to pursue her legal rights in this matter. This is not the first time the appellants have failed to comply with the rules of appellate procedure as noted above. They've done this all throughout lower court, too. There's no justification for appellants' continued failure to comply with the rules of appellate procedure. So we requested that they quash them. You're not following the rules, and therefore you're creating a prejudice against us. And instead of responding to that, they make out this write-in to the courts where they try to say a few times, we're not looking to postpone. We're not looking to delay. We want an expedited hearing. No, you don't. Right. We didn't follow the rules and they called us out on it. So we can have a redo. And then after a redo, we don't ever want to talk about how we don't follow the rules the first time. We want a redo to ignore the fact that we failed so miserably the first time. I agree, Joe. Enough is enough. I mean, this needs to end. They're doing exactly what the Anti Slapp legislation was meant to stop. I agree. There should be sanctions. Which is why when my attorney filed a response, he wrote basically, if you accept giving them time to fix it, then at minimum, take away their right to oral arguments. So hopefully that's what they do. They don't deserve to have oral arguments when they've messed this up so badly. Tiger Lady, thank you so much for being a member. They're trying to milk the system. Hope they get shut down. I agree. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Whitebird. It does suck. It's like this should have been done months ago. Do we have proof BJ was served with the? Yeah, we have proof of that Agent 99. I've showed it the entire time. I wouldn't be able to get the court. The clerk wouldn't have been able to certify the default judgment if we didn't have proof that Brittany was served the entire time. Oh, absolutely. The judge has seen it. I think more people, especially in Delaware County, need to be aware of the work of these people. It's nothing more than a tactic to keep these things going and keep holding us up in litigation. Let me share the link if anybody has any questions. You're welcome to come up. So basically now, no, I meant the judges sit that it's not the judge that makes the decision to grant it Agent 99. The clerk, the court clerk signs it, and then you go before a judge within 30 days. Can you please answer my last comment? Can you please write it again? I don't think I say it. Hold on. They can't bring anything new in. No. They're claiming that their brief will be exactly the same. It will just have the right placeholders. So when they say like, "Oh, we're arguing this at this place," it should give us a direct match to go find that in the reproduced record. What they did, I pointed that out to you all when I read it to you all, how incompetent it was. They never gave where you can find it in the reproduced record because they never attached the reproduced record. It seems from the very beginning, they've been trying to prevent from having to give the judge's ruling and a reproduced record because it's going, the Superior Court goes off of that strict that. So they're trying to, in my opinion, prevent us from being able to respond properly and from the Superior Court recognizing exactly what's going on here. Hello, Lynn.
Well, hello there.
Link
It
back
took
to
me
the bathroom very quickly.
it took me a minute to figure out this whole new setup thing, but
It's weird, isn't it? But
so
really
first,
quick, Lynn, I have to run to the bathroom real quick.
okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations while Granny's in the bathroom for the declaratory judgment thing. Um, but the other thing I wanted to say is that of course these assholes they're going to just try to take this as far as they can. They're going to stall. But just remember this: the more money they cause Granny and Barbecue to spend, the more money they're just going to have to pay out at the end of this. Right? I mean, they're ultimately costing themselves more money in doing this. And I wonder if they're adding that to their calculations. Um,
Sorry, I
but
just came back. What do you think they're adding to calculations? I'm sorry.
the more they stall,
Yeah.
the more they add to the calculation of what they are going to have to pay you in the end.
Yeah.
And yes, it is harassing and it's infuriating right now. But that's exact. But they're the more money they make you spend, the more money they will owe you back.
Well, that's the game they're playing, right?
Yep,
And they made it clear. And again, one of the plaintiffs just made it very clear the other day that that was the point of what was going on, was to make us
yep.
spend money.
And now two different plaintiffs have made it clear that that's why they did that.
Yep.
Two different plaintiffs, and I also have no idea whether the declaratory judgment in Pennsylvania has any bearing on the RICO and how that can be worked in. I don't know the legalities of it, but at the very least, it was a brilliant move to bring that matter back into Pennsylvania to give
Yep.
it more of a chance for it to happen.
Yep.
You know what I
I
mean?
think if anything, it could be part of the punitive damages. Like, look, this one took me over into this state. This one thought they were going to take me over to that state. They didn't care what the judge's ruling was here. They were going to go jurisdiction hopping regardless.
Exactly.
And CJ says, but the fact that the court keeps doing what they want is a bit worrisome. No, don't you think there's a chance they could win because this diabolical was happening so far? No, because the unfortunate part is appellate. So usually when things go to appeal court, right, like appellate court, they a lot of times they'll become precedent. They'll go down in history. This is the first anti-slap in Pennsylvania. They don't want to give these guys any reason to take it to Supreme Court to claim they weren't given a fair shot. They want to hear it on the merits. I believe, this is all my personal opinion off experience with appellate court, that they will, when they give their answer at the end, notate all of these mishaps that have taken place. Because in the last appeal I was in, same thing kept happening. They were missing deadlines. They weren't putting this in correctly. They were missing all these procedural things. And I'm like, well, why do they keep getting away with it? But at the end, when the appellate court ruled, they mentioned each and every one of them. So it didn't get past them.
Right.
That's what I think's going on here. Thank you, Moi. Thank you. What do you think?
Sasha McLean says, "Are they broke though?" It honestly, it doesn't matter whether they are billionaires or whether they are broke. They want to win. And to them, what matters is winning and having some sort of public celebratory moment of winning this. And so it will be devastating to them if they lose this and they have to pay money to the people that they've been trying to shake down all this time.
Yeah,
So,
and as far as like, aren't they all broke though? No, they're not. They're not all broke. There's 10 plaintiffs in this. And to remind you all, just because particular plaintiffs come on the internet crying that they're broke or presenting themselves as broke doesn't mean they're actually broke. A lot of these people have assets. A lot of these people have properties. A lot of these people have Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I mean, just because they say they're broke doesn't mean they are. There's a lot of plaintiffs. Thank you, just Lori.
yep.
Right, Gilded. I
I
mean,
mean,
there's Dog the Bounty Hunter. There's At Night Media. There's Nick. There's Hung. There's Julie Valenti.
uh-huh.
There's Bullhorn Betty. There's Brittany. There's that other one. I still don't know her name. Chase and Wine or something. I don't know these people. There's Tony
Christine.
Mathis. I
Yep.
mean, there's plaintiffs that have things to lose here. And yeah.
And you can play video or audio of one plaintiff constantly talking about all the shit she's just bought.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And bragging about having rental properties and all of this, and yeah.
Yep.
So there's a way. I mean, dog, and there's still other avenues to be taken, and that's why it was silly of some of these people to sign in without knowing the history of Nick or At Night or any of these people. You think any of them know who actually conforms to the At Night media, like who makes At Night media?
Right.
Of course they don't.
No.
They just wanted to jump in. And it's ironic because Just Saying just made a brilliant video. Let me pull this up for you all. You guys got to hear this. And it proves without a shadow of doubt what we always knew, which is that Brittany signed in on this because she saw it and she thought it was an opportunity to take me down. Not because it was the right thing to do, not because, there was bearing on what was actually happening. I'm just tired though, Lynn. Like, this should have ended months ago.
I know. It's motherfuckers like these. This is exactly what they like to do. Just bugger you in court. Keep it going, keep it going. I mean, look how long it took Betty and Queen to get through their shit.
Yeah. Here's this video. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to drop the link for you. So make sure you go over and give it a view and a like. But this will tell you all a lot. This speaks volume to me. Let me make
I think
sure.
it's just scare tactics, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think that I think it's just scare tactics, and I'm going to be.
Can you hear it, Lynn?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
I can hear it.
yep. All right, so here we go.
I think it's just scare tactics, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think that
this is how BJ felt about creators getting CDs from Seth and the consequences of not following them.
Makes the world go round. Money does make the world go round, but I do think that this is scare tactics, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think that money makes the world go round. Money does make the world go round, but I do think that this is Tony and another person being in Seth's ear. I don't want to say any names, but I mean, isn't it like common knowledge that a person that Seth affiliates with now likes to take people to court? So,
who do you think that's about, Lynn?
Interesting.
Cash,
interesting.
So I have to tell you all, Cash sent me after I spoke about Audi having a $40 Thanksgiving deal. Are we still here?
Now we are. That was weird. That was really weird.
Wasn't it?
All of a sudden, everything stopped.
It
was
just
weird.
Kicked me. That was so bizarre.
Yeah, anyhow, we all got.
I was saying how Cash gave $40 after I spoke about Audi's holiday deal and wanted to bless a member that I knew could use the help for the holiday, and I did do just that, Cash. So thank you again for thinking of the members here and helping somebody have a great Thanksgiving dinner. It was really kind of you. All right, we're back. That was so bizarre. Okay, so we know Brittany was talking about Tony here. Let's go forth.
I mean,
because he wants some money.
See,
because he wants some
knowledge that a person that Seth affiliates with now likes to take people to court. So I mean,
because he wants some money.
See,
but that would cost. I mean, seriously, that would cost a lot. Like if you think about it, how many of us are in the same state, or even how many of the targets are in the same state? You know, how many channels are in the same state? And I also finished it up with like my main drawback, I think, is Sebastian would be lost, like completely lost. He's already lost in the drama. But if everybody stops talking about the case, no matter how they talk about the case, if they stop talking about it, like if somebody gets shut down, like through the court, they get the Sandy, they get sued, they get shut down, depending on what they were doing, I would probably stop talking about the case also because that's what the parent wants, right?
So Brittany was aware because they had this discussion that silencing anybody from speaking on Sebastian would have a negative impact on the awareness of his case. The fact that she still makes statements like, and nobody even talks about Sebastian anymore. Well, yeah, you knew why. You fucking knew why.
Yep.
Congrats, Jess. Thank you, Archon. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yep. So she still did it.
So then how many new eyes are going to be lost on seeing Sebastian's face? I mean, that's the ultimate payment right there, is Sebastian's face not being seen. You know, like, I don't think I worded that right.
Well, no, you're right. Because I mean, even there's been so many people that saying that it's because even if like they're not successful with any of the court proceedings, say, let's just, you know, it's we can pretty much say that it's pretty null and void. It's a scare tactic.
Pretty null and void. It's a scare tactic, Lynn.
Scare tactic. Wow, what's that?
Yeah, you don't say.
Interesting.
That's still going to give a lot of creators, decent creators, a bad taste in their mouth, and they're going to say, you know what? There's a lot of missing people. There's a lot of victims that could use, you know, awareness, whose families actually welcome us talking about the case, and then Sebastian is going to be unspoken of.
Can you believe she said all this and still went forth with what she did, knowing it was going to harm Sebastian? This offers utmost proof that Brittany knew by joining in this litigation, she was going to harm the awareness that was being spread on this missing child. She didn't give a shit.
Look, Brittany is a scammer. She doesn't give a shit about true crime. And she has full consciousness of guilt. And I prove that. I believe in, and I'm not trying to promote myself right now. I'm not. But
go for it, girl. I promote you too. I don't care.
Well, I dropped a video yesterday, and I did a stream where I did commentary over it, where she is trashing somebody else in all the same terms that we trash her now, but she's doing it 4 years ago.
Oh, right.
It's uncanny. It's unbelievable. I had never heard this stuff from this one channel.
Got Natasha.
Yeah, it's all well, actually, what I was really surprised about was that it was not just Natasha, it was Lana.
Oh, of course, right.
They were live. They were live on Recliner Survivor when Lana started to revenge P Melissa.
And let's slow it down a minute, because Recliner Survivor was a channel that Brittany was a lead-in member on. Like, she was a channel holder. She was one of the people on there. And their whole thing was that they survived another YouTuber. They survived getting away from this YouTuber. Brittany has been a victim from the moment she created her identity on YouTube.
Right. But they go through, she lambasted Natasha for all the same shit. It's crazy to hear it. So it's her from 2021 criticizing her now. So it's really not. So it's really not about Natasha or Lana. It's really about her, because she's criticizing herself.
Well, and it's proof of what she's learned over the years, right? To lead her to where she is today. When a lot of people say she's mimicking people, that
she learned all her best tricks that way. She's like, oh, I just, she came to the table already being that way, but she learned some really great tricks.
Yes, I agree.
Right. So anyway, yeah.
So back to this, we hear her admitting that she knows that any litigation is going to ruin awareness on this missing child, and that C&Ds are just scare tactics, and that they believe that Tony was hyping up Seth to do it for money. Her co-plaintiff she's talking about here. Let's go on.
It's such a bad move, Seth. Like, a lot of creators, decent creators, a bad taste in their mouth, and they're going to say, you know what? There's a lot of missing people. There's a lot of victims that could use, awareness, whose families actually welcome us talking about the case, and then Sebastian is going to be unspoken of. It's such a bad move, Seth. Like, I don't know, he comes in here from time to time. If you hear this, I'm telling you, coming from someone who has a champion for this man, I have spoke on your behalf several times. It is a bad move. You do.
So she has spoken on Seth's behalf. Okay.
Not want to do this, because you're going to pull people away from Sebastian. And I will say, I can understand how the man feels when they go talking about he was a predator or he victimized Katie. I mean, I've heard things like he, they won't come out and say it, but they insinuate that.
So now insinuating things, but who insinuated it first?
Seth had a thing going with Katie at age 12. I would be infuriated if somebody said that about me.
Right. And that I believe 1,000% deserves a C&D and a follow through. That they could, if that hurts him.
Do you guys know that Seth never filed for defamation about that?
Right.
That was one of their claims. One of their claims for the litigation was that, first they said that somebody, either myself or Barbecue, called him the P word. But
Yep.
during their appeal process, they changed that to say molested somebody. But nonetheless, it was never written under defamation. It
Nope.
was under emotional distress.
Yep.
Birdie girl, thank you so much for becoming a member again. I appreciate you. I think that's interesting for people to remember that. That it was never put under.
In his community on social media, like if that hurts him, period, that can be proven, and that can go further. And I saw somebody in chat say, none of us are Johnny Depp. Defamation is defamation. Okay.
What's this? Certainly support the conclusion that plaintiffs intended to scare defendants from being able to speak on their broadcast podcasts or else be tied up in litigation solely for litigation's sake. This is the judge's opinion. Stripping away the invoked criminal counts, and she highlighted counts because they kept calling them counts. It's not in civil litigation, it's not counts. That's criminal. The purported violations of the civil statutes attempted to be pled in a complaint appear to be the following: civil conspiracy alleged by Bullhorn Betty, defamation alleged by Bullhorn Betty, Brittany Jackson, Tony Mathis, Christina O'Donnell, and Nick Casafrasu, not by Seth Rogers.
Yep.
It's interesting, Lynn. Very interesting.
Period. That can be proven, and that can go further. And I saw somebody in chat say, none of us are Johnny Depp. Defamation is defamation. Okay, Johnny Depp just had the money to fork over. That's what I'm saying. A true defamation case is hard to prove, and it costs a whole lot of money. He had the money to do it. You know, it's not something that you can just go into court and pay $100 or, a $500 retainer or something. Like, it's going to cost upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not a cheap thing to do, and that's just with one person, one courtroom.
Yeah, Brittany raised $8,000, allegedly. We know it was well over $8,000, and thought she was going to get 6, 7, 8 of us for defamation.
So think about this. At the point when people were saying to Natasha, "Where's the 20K? Where's the 20K?" What point? How long did she have before she was drowned into obscurity? About a year.
It wasn't long after. Yeah,
it was about she limped along for about another year. But so that's why, that's one of the reasons I was making the comparison, is because they've followed basically the same track on here, right? And now Brittany's at the where's the 8K point in her life cycle here, and I predict she doesn't have far to go where she's just drowning her own self into obscurity by her own scamminess and her own failure to give a single crap about true crime.
I agree. Sherry P, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months, and thank you for upping your membership. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what is happening here. But I think she thought that she was going to be able to convince people that money went where she said it was, which was the C&Ds and then the ROs. But each time we came out with undeniable proof that no, he is not representing you in these matters. I don't think she expected us to be able to prove that. I think she was going to try to convince her supporters that he was representing her in these matters. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
One city. And to be able to financially do that to each creator, even if there's only 3, that's 3 defamation cases.
And I don't know. I think that this is just, it's a complete shit show, and it's gone in the way of, I don't know. It's crazy.
But yet you were part of it, Brittany. You later decided to be a major part of it with zero concern about the awareness of that missing child. Yeah, she basically admitted that. Exactly, Liza. I disagree, Straight Talker. I believe her people do see it. And I believe more and more are speaking about it than we realize. And I think many of them are waking up.
The ones that there are always going to be people like Boston Supports Lana who don't give a shit. They, Brittany could stand there and run over a person right in front of Boston Supports Lana, and Boston Supports Lana would lie about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some people that will never admit that Brittany is doing wrong.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Somebody stated the other day, like, oh, Brittany's long-lasting moderators. Do you know not one of those moderators have been there for a long time?
Right.
BJ Marshall, thank you so much. Respect and love always. Thank you. Summer girl, that's really sweet of you. Granny, this for anyone that needs help for Thanksgiving. Help for food for Thanksgiving. Thank you, Summer girl. Thank you, Cash, too.
That's one of the things that Brittany was talking about with Natasha. She was like, can you believe she probably has gone through at least 30 mods?
Oh, wow. You're kidding.
No.
I didn't get to see her, so I didn't. Oh, wow.
She talked about mods. She said, have you noticed that when Natasha's talking about drama, she's all giddy, and then I just can't stand on her true crime streams all the pausing and the and how she's so bored talking about true crime. It's every single fucking thing that she does now.
So she just basically is speaking to her current self.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Thank you so much, Kenna. Shelly Ray, celebrating 6 months. So happy to be here and support you. Thank you so much, Shelly. And then Jill just came in with the 10 gifted. And Shelly Ray upgraded the membership to official Felon Melon. Thank you, Shelly Ray. I have to look on YouTube side because this side doesn't highlight it. I'm not familiar with this program over here yet. It's very bizarre for me. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you so much, Jill. So BJ basically got herself believing that Rancher is still her attorney and she still has a case going forward. Yes, Jason. And I can tell you that is simply not true.
And you know what? I will tell you that is one way that Natasha had her subs strung along for quite a while as well, where she would say, oh, my attorneys, they're working on it. They are working on it. You won't believe what's coming down. I promise you, they are working on it.
Well, she said the same thing, Lynn, that, oh, they're watching the channels. They're looking at everybody, they're in the chats. She used to say that too.
Yep. And Ostrich, you're right. People become embarrassed that they stuck with someone so wrong for so long and they're scared to admit it. And, if you're just the sub and you're one of those people, one way to avoid that embarrassment is just to change your name for a while. Like some people do that and there's no shame in that unless you were absolutely ratchet to people, but you know what I'm saying? It's like most of us aren't going to blame you for being deceived by somebody.
Yeah. I don't hold it against the subs. I mean, Brenda has came in and apologized and said, listen, I said horrible stuff about you, as has Nicole, I think is her name. And many of Brittany's supporters have come over and an apology goes a long way. I get what it's like to be caught up in the emotions of things. And I don't deny that Brittany plays a really well victim. I felt gaslit for fucking years. I mean, I told people when they started covering Brittany, you'll be better off banging your head into a brick wall. She will never acknowledge what she has done.
That's another thing she said about Natasha. She plays that victim game so well.
I do agree with that, Giselle. I do think some of it has gone a little too far. I think we need to reel it back in, people. Yep, and guess what? She idolized her. Don't forget either. There was a point where Brittany... So Natasha's the one that came out with the cockroach video. And I remember even Angela and myself calling out, like, she was inciting people to call CPS, and we spoke out against it.
That's
Brittany
true.
now says that it was me that came out that cockroach video. She's a liar. It was never me. It was NC. Anyway, at one point, Natasha commented in Brittany's chat, and Brittany, like, acted all, like, dumbfounded and blocked her. So Natasha's like, well, what the fuck? And Natasha gives out private conversations she had with Brittany, which I have. And I will have to pull them up, put them on a community post, where Brittany in private is being so friendly with Natasha to get Natasha to go at me. But yet publicly didn't want people to know that she was okay with Natasha. And Natasha donated to Brittany's then fundraiser for Christmas.
And in this video I'm talking about, she's talking trash about that Christmas fund thing she did, that, that Christmas giveaway thing she did.
Oh.
And she was a beneficiary. If I remember correctly, I didn't speak on this in my video, in my live, because I don't know.
Think she was, Lynn.
Okay.
I know what you're going to say. I don't think she was. I think it was the other lady. Mama knows best.
Okay. I thought Brittany was, but okay. I might be wrong.
But Natasha did give her $1,000. I mean, not $1,000. I'm sorry, $100. Oh, wait. Miss Liverberg saying differently. She was, I believe, a supporter of Natasha's at the time. So she may know she paid for Christmas. And Natasha was Brittany one of the beneficiaries of Natasha's community Christmas?
I distinctly remember Natasha saying that she bought Brittany's Christmas. Yes. But, but I'm fuzzy on it as well. I distinctly remember that, but I don't remember any more details of it.
And look at this. Brandy says, I was the one that blocked NC, and BJ kept telling us she didn't know what NC was talking about. And then NC came out with the private messages and was like, you sneaky bitch. You're going to try to embarrass me. Oh, May, they're saying, yes, she was. So I think you're remembering correctly, and I'm not.
Yeah, that was right about the time I was exiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it all up. Everybody feels a little differently on it. I don't think it's just gone too far with Brittany. I think altogether is getting to be a lot on all sides. Not like, oh, poor Brittany. I have no sympathy towards Brittany. I think she gets what she gets and deserves what she gets. I just don't want to see other people matching that energy and be hurt in the meantime.
Well,
like when people are going after like Clue's daughter and shit, like, come on, man.
And Brittany's calling in the cavalry. You know, she's asking, she's like, oh man, I remember the good old days when Lindsay was around, and she's so much a sleuther than Clue ever was. You just wait. Her and Pink were like, you just wait, Cluminati. Lindsay's so much better than you at finding shit out. Okay, so let's unleash another, person on the community who left the community screaming that she was constantly being harassed and stalked and everything. Wish that on her again, for her to come back and feel stalked and harassed again, right?
Right. They don't care about others. They only care about what benefits them at the time.
And then wish that person on us. You're such assholes.
That's what they did with Loon, and look how that turned out for them.
Exactly.
So Crackerjack said she got 20 towards their Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, meanwhile, they're over here acting like we're the ones that are ripping people off, but we're helping others in our community with Thanksgiving dinner. That girl has bragged about having 3, whatchamacallits full. Freezers full of meat. I don't think she needs help with Thanksgiving dinner. I agree, Fiddle Dee. She's just bringing out anybody and anything to distract from what's going on. Absolutely agree. And don't forget too, while they're trying to say like people go real life, they do all these bad things. Brittany just did a whole speech on what a great person she believes somebody to be, who openly admitted, I do go real life and I will continue to go real life. But yet Brittany's over there saying this person's such a great person, right? But she don't go real life. She wants everybody to call out the outrage when anybody ever meets her at her, because she always needs somebody like that on her side so she can keep her hands clean.
Yep. But it's going too far. It's going too far unless you're going too far for her.
Yeah, exactly. When she calls out the people that do those things, it's not too far. When it happens to her, it's too far.
Yeah.
I agree, Steph. That's basically what we're saying. This person left in a panic. To bring them back into this type of environment and then hype them up to jump back into this messiness that they know chased them off the internet the last time. They don't give a fuck about that person's well-being.
Nope.
Always polished. Always. Right, May. I get what you're saying when it's like, well, if you want to go this route, we'll go this route. I mean, they did. Brittany did recruit the nastiest of the nasty to do her dirty work. And like I warned her before and have warned her for years, these people use you to get viewership because nobody pays attention to them because they know what dirtballs they are. You give them a brand new audience and they eventually turn on you with that very audience.
Did you hear her horrific snoring the other night while she was playing that audio of Chris and Katie? Granny? Hello?
Sorry, I had to mute really quick. I apologize.
It's okay. Did you hear?
No.
Did you the snoring was out of this world.
BJ snoring?
Yes, while she was playing the audio of Chris and Katie. And so it was just 3 nights ago. Okay.
Of course, I go silent when you bring this up. Look, James is like, yeah, Granny nodded off. No, I'm sorry.
That's fun. But I'm not one for hyperbole. Okay. It's not a good business model for somebody with a YouTube channel, but that's just the way it is. This was off the fucking chain, Granny, because she had just finished a 3 hour 44-minute drama stream where she was like
Wide
on
awake,
fire,
right?
talking fast, blah, 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 feeling herself,
Mhm.
all that stuff. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to go over to my true crime channel and play this audio. And she's fucking sawing logs hardcore. And she gets woken up and reality starts screaming at people about saying that she fell asleep. And then Brittany goes on camera to prove she's not asleep, but she looks like death warmed over. And then a few minutes later, she does it again.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So she's back to the whole, I'm not sleeping, I'm not snoring, and gaslighting the audience that they're not hearing what they're hearing.
Yes.
And reality's right there to play the cleanup crew, right?
Yes. And you know, I don't know if you did this when you were using Granny, but when I was a teenage alcoholic, I would come home drunk and my mom would say, "You've been drinking," and I'd go, "No, I'm not. I wasn't drinking, and you're a horrible mother, and I hate
how
you."
dare you? How dare you accuse me of that? I'll never forget, Lynn. I reached a part of my addiction where I was literally, I'd go from sitting there conversing to falling asleep like she does. And
Mhm.
I would, when somebody would point out to me, I would get so offended. And I
Yeah.
would say, no, there has to be something wrong with me medically. It's an iron deficiency. It's, I'm not on anything. How dare you accuse me of that? And I would try to blame them and guilt them into recognizing what was happening. And
Yes.
that's why I've always stated, I believe without a doubt, as somebody who not only has gone through recovery, but worked the program, that there's more to it. And I don't
Right.
care if that makes people upset at this point.
Right. It's either way, it's addictive behavior.
And a very minimum, she's addicted to online behavior is what I said. She's addicted to either YouTube or, but the fact remains, and we pointed this out for years now, that she's wide awake when it comes to drama, but when it comes to nothing that's not drama, is true crime or anything, she's fucking snoring.
Yep.
Drama is her heart, is her passion. She gets giddy about it. Right.
Yeah,
You smell like smoke. No, I was around people smoking. There's always an excuse in an addict's world.
Oh, I did the exact same thing. Oh, no. But somebody was smoking in my car. That's not me.
Right. Right.
That's right, Crackajack. Someone asked her if she was asleep in reality. Had to say, "Brittany, are you okay?"
Did the chat get yelled at? How dare you? If you have concerns that Brittany's sleeping, email them to her.
They got screamed at. I made a brief video of it if you want me to share it in the private.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
And you know what else? Here's the other thing, Lynn. So the snoring is an obvious giveaway, right? But there's never any yawning before or after. And that's what I want people to pay attention to, because these people making these medical excuses up or these justifications for it and all of that, my attorney already did imperfectly me. But I don't show all my hands, Brittany, do I? Like things like stop gaslighting the people. She did this before, argued through her little baby teeth that she was not sleeping, to later come out and say, well, so what that I fall asleep sometimes, guys? So what? Right. Then why are you, if it's no big deal and you're just tired, why are you denying it? Why not just own it? Why not just say, you know what? I'm an adult. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed now.
I just shared the link.
Thank you.
For whenever you want to share it. If you do.
Yes. Where is it? I'm sorry.
In the private.
I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to this program.
I know, me too.
Okay.
I was scared I was going to exit. I was going to be joined on screen on camera. And I was like, wah!
I know. I hate when that happens. All right. Hold on. I got to renew a thing. Give me 1 second. It should be connected. There we go. Okay. Let's pull it on.
Caroline, I've actually noticed Jill dropped a link to the video earlier, so I think they're doing it. Thank you for dropping my link. I really appreciate it.
Of course. All right, here we go. So this is November 10th.
Yep.
Oh, I kicked you instead of putting show on stream. I'm sorry. I'm getting used to this, guys. I apologize. All right.
And then one of them puts it down and barks at the other for the phone that the other one has.
All right, you both have my phone number now.
Oh my God. Her breathing is definitely alarming. I agree, Agent. See, instead of sitting on here being all enthralled in drama and, you know, baseless litigation, go fucking fix yourself. She should have never asked for $10,000 a month to sue people. She should have asked for a couple $1,000s to log off for a few weeks or a month or so she can get her shit together.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And that's Craig snapping.
That is, well, we don't know if it's Craig, but that's somebody snapping, isn't it?
No, it's him. He
is?
Was talking in the back. Yeah, you hear him coming up.
Okay, so listen to the back. We're going to hear him. So he rewinds it.
Interesting.
Yes.
Everybody's like, it gets worse, Granny. Holy shit. So he's now trying to look how to rewind the video?
Yes.
Okay.
So he rewinds it because the video had reached the end and the snoring was so noticeable.
Right.
So he's like trying to wake her up like this. And meanwhile, he's trying to put the cursor back so the video will play again.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking, they used FLIR, they used vision, they used night. I mean, they did they did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways.
What is that?
I don't think he's that close to home.
What the fuck is that? That's not snoring. That's a demon trying to escape. I'm telling you, that is vicious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. All right, keep playing.
Unless he's in the basement. I was begging him to search further.
You doing all right, Britt? Sweetie?
Okay.
Yes, you just hear me through. Sorry, my nose is stopped up.
Oh, she's such a fucking lie. You hear her literally jump away.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ooh, she even gets the drool back in her mouth. You hear the sucking it back in. Ooh, her breath must stink.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, an open mouth breather like that.
I was begging him to search further.
Like a rhino.
You doing all right, Britt? Sweetie?
Okay.
Yes, you just hear me through. Sorry, my nose is stopped up.
I know.
I'm
Oh, I know, sweetheart. I know. Shut the fuck up, reality. You're the most delusional person.
here. I'm just listening. I'm just really, that part gets me right there.
Oh, hold me back, Lynn. Hold me back, Lynn.
What part gets you? What part gets you, Brittany? What did you just hear? Tell us. Repeat it word for word, what you just heard.
Bet she can't because she's fucking lying and she does this all the time. That's what infuriates me. She always acts like it's from a place of compassion. And I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even think right now. Like the other day, Lynn, did you see where she thanked the same, read the same super chat and thanked the same memberships like 5 times within 20 minutes?
Yes. And then you kept
my reality. I'm like,
and then you kept thinking malicious.
Yeah. And by the way, if I didn't thank you that day, malicious, thank you so much. I mean, holy shit. I really was like, am I tripping or is she that tripped out that she doesn't realize it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. Let me just play. I'm sorry.
I'm just really, that part gets me right there. That part gets me.
Asthma, okay?
Y'all please
stop with the snoring. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Lynn, do you have asthma?
No.
I don't either, but my son does. Does anybody in the chat have asthma? And if so, have you ever, during work hours or during a conversation or while cooking dinner, just begin snoring ungodly out of nowhere because of asthma? You're like, oh, let me out, demon. I mean, that's an exorcism. That is not slurping it all back. I've never in my life heard anybody with asthma behave that way. And it is ridiculous to keep blaming it on asthma.
Yep. Well, no, she was sick. She was sick, Granny. She was telling us she was sick. So it wasn't just her asthma. It was that she was also sick.
Well, okay. Well, let's add that on. Why is everybody over there always fucking sick?
Yep.
Clean the fuck up.
Yep. And that goes back to just exactly what you were saying earlier. So when someone would accuse you of nodding off or whatever, you'd be like, no, I'm sick. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me.
It has to be a vitamin deficiency. I don't know why I'm so tired. Yeah. All of it.
I was up all night with the kids.
Yeah, and I think most people that are addicts have used those type of similar excuses at one point or another to try to gas somebody out of their reality. It's just a sad truth.
Yep.
An addict is always a victim. Always.
Always.
Exactly, Mystic Butterfly. We saw that it was. All right, so
Leave her the hell alone.
It's fine. Nobody's asleep. We know I'm not asleep.
Oh, we know.
I'm just sick and tired.
I'm sick.
Grow up.
Kitty Catty, I'm not asleep, honey.
And what? Everybody else, grow up. Grow up. Don't go live when you're fucking tired, you slob.
This is reality's thinking, okay? Everybody else needs to change our reality so that they don't have to get mad about us seeing what we're seeing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Twist and fix your reality to live in our non-reality.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
She said it was her nose. That's Lord knows that ain't a nose, and shame on you for lying.
Just join in the lying with us so that we can feel better.
Right. Coddle her fucking feelings. That's the way it's always been, Lynn. And they yell and scream at anybody who doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, reality needs fucking help, dude. You're not a real friend, reality. I know you think you're being a real friend and a good friend, but you're not. A real friend would let her know, listen, Brittany, we're not all fucking stupid. And the words of my favorite Kendrick Lamar, tell the audience what you want. They're not dumb. Okay? These people see it, they hear it, they know it. Anybody who is telling you otherwise is doing so to coddle you and we call that enabling. How about that?
She's like coddling. She was like what I called my drinking friends in the past. Who they just wanted me to keep drinking, so they were like, "You're not a drunk."
Yeah, I can't believe your mom said that to you, Lynn.
Yeah,
she's so fucking cruel to you. How cruel of your mom to say that, Lynn. You deserve better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, here's another beer.
Right.
Here's another beer. Yeah.
Going to the bar's no big deal, Lynn. You're just living your life. Come on, come to the bar with us.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether you've gained like 60 pounds in the last 3 months. It's fine.
No, you look good. Yeah.
I'd still fuck you.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her mic. Okay.
I'm wide the fuck awake, y'all. I'm wide awake.
Then repeat the video.
Asthma.
I'm wide awake. I'm not asleep. I'm absolutely.
Okay, well, that's even worse. Okay, you think that's helping you, but that's even worse because the only people that go from sleeping like that to wide awake are people that are falling asleep due to something other than just being tired. So you didn't help yourself with this argument. And golly,
you can hear that she's speaking through just woke up voice.
Right when she wakes up, she goes,
yeah,
getting all this slobber back in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Cracker Jacks. I have COPD and asthma, and I never sound like that. Right. It's insulting to think that people don't have these medical conditions that they keep trying to put on Brittany, undiagnosed, and that they don't know better. She does look bad. And I remember before they said it was the lighting that makes her look pale. Okay. I would love to see what this looks like in color.
I do. Yeah. Well, I did put a black and white filter on it, but the black and white filter only makes it black and white. Her coloring was still the same. It doesn't.
It's still gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. This must be that gray area that the chosen works in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear it.
I'm absolutely fine. No beard either. No beard.
Think of it. I'm
just 3 chins and a fucking lie.
Just tired of them coming in here and staying.
Look at her face when she always does that fucking weird ass face. She's making that face at you, reality. That scrunched up Cabbage Patch. I got fucking I can't stand her face. I'm sorry, I really can't. And the fact that she constantly squints through glasses, like, get it together. Be a fucking adult. Sorry, but that when she makes that face she does and this trying to hide the double chin, like, oh, look at me, I'm so cute. You're hiding your chins. We know what you're doing. We're not stupid.
No beard.
Think of it. I'm just tired of them coming in here and staying it.
Don't worry about it.
She said she was getting sick.
No,
Hold on.
These two always sound like they're slurring together, don't they?
Both
like reality don't sound right either.
No, she never sounds right to me, honestly.
Right. I agree. No, I mean, yeah, okay. That's all we
Second,
need
let
to
me
say.
turn this off. I am sick, y'all. My throat, it feels like somebody took my throat
The food was good, but it's not.
and grated cheese grater on it. And
All right, let's talk about that, Lynn. I was sick, right? When I'm really sick, I won't come live because obviously I'm too sick to hold down a live stream. If I just have like a cloggy nose or whatever, I'll come live. But as I'm live, if I start to feel more sick, I end my stream. How many
Right.
people do you know go live but say that their throat feels like somebody took a cheese grater to it, and that she always has these medical excuses behind why she is
Nope. I canceled a stream on Sunday because I felt sick.
right.
Because I'm not gonna sit because I had to be spending the time reading, right? And I didn't want people to listen to me going, and trying to read the whole
Right,
time.
it's unfair. It is not fair to put that on your. Oh, but I've been so sick, guys. You don't understand. My throat hurts so bad. Then why the fuck are you live?
Right.
Wow, Gertie, I'm sorry to hear that. Part of my lung removed due to infection and tumor, and I sound nothing like this. Right, and that ain't for no wellness check, Liberty Farmer. Mm-mm.
You're yelling at me, Kitty. I'm yelling at the fact that they just can't stop saying that.
yeah, and not everybody's freaking. Y'all just please kill it with that already.
Hold on. Is he talking about food in the background, Lynn?
Yes.
And reality whining.
Get
It was really
stop with it. Just stop.
And 5678, thank you so much.
It was what?
sweet.
Sweet.
Those were spring rolls. Those wasn't egg rolls.
Oh, so they order fast food. Remember, we're taking food out of their mouths, but them was. And Brittany talks about the way I speak all the time. Do you hear the way they speak? Them was spring rolls. Them wasn't. So you got your nice little Chinese food in, but you're so sick, right? Come on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Stop with it. Just stop. It was what?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Those were spring rolls. Those wasn't egg rolls.
Those wasn't egg rolls, Lynn. Those
They
wasn't.
They
Those
wasn't.
Nope, those wasn't. Those was egg rolls.
My dog. See my
It
dog
is.
up there. Why don't you guys go find a pacifier and put it in your mouth?
It is sensitive, and I warned in the beginning of.
Is that reality's go-to all the time? It's like, look at my avatar.
Yes.
Look at my avatar now. Follow it.
And she thinks that that's a satire. That's like a drag on us, is the dog
Right.
with the pacifier. But no, she's actually reflecting her toddlerhood there. She might as well be saying goo goo gaga.
Right.
Right.
It's exactly how she sounds too. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know how people listen to these people sounding like that. Listen, I know I don't have the most easy voice in the world either. I get it. But could you imagine if I was on like screech mode all the time? I might scream a lot, but screech mode?
Well, she goes
Oh.
from screech to whine cry.
She does,
Yeah.
doesn't she?
the stream that I'm gonna wheeze.
That wasn't
Listen,
wheezing,
as much as these people give me shit, if I was falling asleep, I'd end the stream. Y'all, I've done really well with not going to sleep on the stream.
Oh, now she wants credit for not going to sleep on the stream, Lynn.
No, she wants credit for doing the things that every normal working human being does every single fucking day.
Right.
Is not fall asleep while they're working.
I completely agree. Like, wow, give me credit. I've been doing really well, guys.
Sleep, I'd end the stream. Y'all, I've done really well with not going to sleep on the stream.
Rocks. I don't care about what you have to say.
I do need something to drink though. My throat's burning.
That's fucking hilarious.
I really wasn't.
Craig says that's fucking hilarious. Go get her a drink, Craig. She does lie so easily. She really does lie so easily. Sorry, Cinda.
And that was
disagree.
Go ahead.
No, that's like, go ahead.
She was that was one of the things she said about Natasha. She just lies for no reason about the little things. And if you're okay with lying about the little things, you'll lie about the big things too.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Same thing we say about Brittany.
Sweet. That was just my. I can't with y'all.
I told you they're gonna come in here and start this crap, and it needs to stop.
If I was,
how did you know the crap was going to start, Reality? If she wasn't sleeping, there was nothing to talk about. Why did you assume people would talk about it?
Yeah, there's such an easy fix to this. Don't fall asleep and snore on stream.
Or here's another easy fix. If you feel yourself starting to get tired, be an adult, take accountability, and end the stream.
Yeah.
And there's another, if you don't want people talking about it, reality, tell your friend to stop hate baiting and put her shit on subscriber or members only. But how far will you all get without stopping a true crime to talk about what victims you two are of the big mean people on the internet?
You know, and come to think of it, you know how Brittany was just giving herself a nice little pat on the back for doing so good, not falling asleep on stream.
Yeah.
Well, during those times when she wasn't falling asleep on stream, were people randomly coming into her chat saying, "Why are you asleep? Well, who's snoring?" Nobody was doing that, right?
Right.
But
well, except for that one time where even Nunya went in and said, "Brittany, you said that you were going to start logging off if you got like this."
Right.
Such a
As I would just say it. I mean, I've said it every time now. I've admitted every time I go to sleep.
Now she's admitted every time, Lynn.
No. Unbelievable.
She is unreal.
My breathing is really bad tonight because I'm sick. I've been getting sick all day.
I wouldn't wish this
A few minutes later.
Not even a few minutes later, she's back to it.
A few minutes later, reality dropped off, and this is it. And then this.
Okay.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
How disrespectful. Hey, mute while video plays. We can't hear. She's asleep. She can't mute it, Pipsqueak. Pay her some more money and listen to her snore.
Family, relatives all waiting to love him and...
That boy's gonna have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
He's gonna walk through that door.
Sounds like a rhino.
Did you just burst into laughter when you said that, stepdaddy? That's concerning to me. He doesn't believe that child is ever going to walk through that door. And the belief doesn't seem to come from Seth Rogers, his dad.
Sorry, I'm just muting for obvious reasons, but wow, she's unbelievable.
It sounds literally like she's about to get trampled by a herd of elephants.
Yeah, she sounds like a rhino or something.
Yeah. So she keeps snoring while Pat Brown here is talking about Katie and Chris. And then at some point, Craig says, are you snoring over there? And then she wakes up and ends it.
Oh. How long does that take?
Not too long. It's coming up.
Oh, okay.
You can believe that Sebastian may not be alive because of the time going by.
No,
and he's angry about it.
No fair use at all, Lynn, right?
Yeah, don't worry about the fair use. It's me. It's my video.
No, I know. I'm talking about with Brittany. Like, she's not following.
Oh, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's upset about it. But that's not what he seems to be expressing, that he might have died in the woods or he might have been kidnapped and killed. He actually seems to burst into laughter because he knows it's ridiculous that his stepson's ever going to walk through that door again. Why? Because you know he's dead. You absolutely know that this is ludicrous. Mom then goes on this thing where, he's going to have lots more friends than before. What? This is the important thing, that if he shows up and have more friends, not that he's alive. Just very strange behavior from both.
This right here. She doesn't want to stop the stream even when she's tired because it'll fuck up her money, because they have made it clear they're only here for money.
Yeah, exactly. Because she has no problem falling asleep on stream. She just doesn't like being called out for it because, hey, more minutes, more time, more views, more money.
Right. That's exactly sadly right.
And that's why I say she doesn't give a shit about true crime.
Nope. And then use this excuse. That part gets me so bad. We'll repeat it. What part of that part? She plays these videos and never has a follow-up discussion.
Yep.
Because she's not listening. She's sleeping. Sick.
Them. Even the laughing part, the humor part, when he's missing, when he's absolutely missing and you don't know where he is, that he might be dead, that he might be being tortured someplace. He might be. They've never reached out to him really. They never said, you know, God, he might be in the woods starving. You might be. Oh, please come back.
I want you all to envision as we're listening to us what you're seeing on the other end of this. Like, what is taking place on the other side of the screen that we don't see because the camera's off?
I honestly think I would be more horrified than what's even in my mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's horrible. Look, the Face America said, I think the demon just said the end is near. The
end is near.
I'm telling you, it is a demon trying to
Please, somebody find. They're not saying any of that. They're talking about him like something that happened in the past. Let me tell you about something that happened with me, and just because I have this memory I have this memory.
You didn't do story
when he was 5 or 6, can't remember now.
What did he say, Lynn? Do you know if you're snoring?
Like, you know you're snoring over there?
Oh.
I have this memory.
You didn't do story
when he was.
You know you're snoring over there? Is she going to yell and gaslight him too?
She doesn't yell and gaslight him.
5 or 6, can't remember now exactly how old it was. My husband and I dropped one of our sons, well, my son at the time. I'll have to explain this in a minute.
Look at the mouse.
We dropped him off at the pastor's house.
Look at the mouse. She doesn't even know what to do right now.
Yep.
For an overnight. And my husband and I never left our kids overnight before. And we left our daughter, who was 2 years old.
I'm going to skip through a little. You heard what she just said.
Oh, Lynn. You heard what she just, listen. You heard what did she just say, Brittany?
What did she just say? Oh, you mean how she just talked about how Katie and Chris really exhibit the signs of not being guilty at all? You like that, right? That's what she just said, right, Brittany?
Fucking idiot. And then she ends it.
Hey, Brittany, did you just hear Pat Brown say, I really like this one creator called Allegedly with Brittany, and you should all watch her. Did you hear her say that?
Right. I really like when that woman plays my videos without any commentary, fair use, or anything.
Yeah.
That's what she said, Brittany. You missed it.
Yeah.
So just saying, dropped the video while we were live.
Oh.
And said that we are welcome to play it. So let's hear it.
Cool. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds.
Okay. A pig snoring. Right. That was gross. Ever wonder who BJ's role model is? If you know, you know. I took some of her pointers for streaming. Oh, duh. I think, do I have it muted? Yeah. What a goofball. Sorry.
And I can say, like, you have to admit that woman is she's entertaining. She is.
Oh, absolutely.
And
that's always been the difference between Brittany and what she inspired to be, is that Natasha is entertaining.
And she actually, you know, I took some of her pointers for streaming, because when I was over there, I was just a subscriber. I was not a creator when I supported Natasha. But the one thing that stuck out to me and what I liked about her so much was like her spiciness, you know, like she was quick. She didn't have to think about.
Brittany, you couldn't copy somebody's spiciness if you wanted, because everything about you is slow. You don't have a quick comeback at all. But that's what, here she is admitting to everybody that she idolized Natasha.
In a comeback or an insult, she boom, it come, and she had a mouth. But what I really liked about her good qualities was at that time, she was the first live stream creator that I had ever come across who actually talked to each individual person in her chat and
made them feel, the parasocial you tried to pick up on, huh, Brittany? When you love them.
Yep. I felt important.
Yep. Where the type she tried to copy, where she goes into a chat and she acts like she's in a beauty pageant. Hey, love. Hey, sweet girl. Hey, my best friend. Yeah. Okay.
You look like
so pretty.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that. You look so pretty in that photo. Oh, she's always wanted the good side of the parasocial. Right. The only thing spicy about Brittany is I'm assuming the reflux she gets from the way she sleeps with her mouth wide open, having all that. That's why your throat hurts all the time, bitch.
Yep.
That demon.
Weren't watching somebody, you were having a conversation. It was like a group conversation. I had never experienced that before.
Right.
And I really liked that. And I actually took that when I started my channel, and I was like, well, two things that made her blow up was she interacted with everybody, and she would go live every single day. And
does Brittany interact with everybody, or just people that pay for that interaction? Right, that's her interaction, Lynn.
What? Exactly what Granny just said. I agree.
You weren't, she wasn't sleeping. So tired
I wasn't
of all
sleeping. I just agree with Granny, so I just don't need to say anything else.
Oh gosh, she's so fucking
People
unreal.
will get like really, like if I skip a stream, they're like, "What's wrong with Brittany? Where's she at?" You're talking, people have fundraisers maybe once or twice a lifetime. She had one every single night, and when that fundraiser would fulfill, he'd set another one.
She's telling everybody what she loved about Natasha here.
Yeah,
and
she wishes she could have this existence.
Right. She fought to be like Natasha, but you failed miserably. Wow. I love that this is an admittance to all of
And
that.
then when that one made its goal, she would set another one.
But you know why she did it though, right?
They would pay her.
Right. They would fill it up because it was like a game. She wasn't monetized because she kept losing her channels. So she would create the fundraiser. It wasn't a fundraiser though. It was a PayPal pool.
Yep.
And that's how she would take her donations. Just like if somebody wanted to send you Cash App right now.
I would be willing to bet like she was making bank.
Oh yeah.
Like, girl, you're averaging out way more in she was probably making in a week what I would make in a month, maybe even.
And I swear the way that she talks, I don't know how she does this, but I will use myself as an example.
Yeah, so BJ particularly noticed how her role model blew up, and more importantly,
she will say things that will make you want to donate. And not like, my car broke down and I need help, not like something like that. She would just say things that you would be like, you want to give her money. I don't know if it was to like make her happy or to make her call you out and give you acknowledgement, or like I could never pinpoint it, but I caught myself a couple different times checking my balance in Cash App to see if I could send her $5.
Are they, the attorneys, and yes, I said attorneys, the attorneys that I have been working with, they are absolutely fabulous. And they both of them gave me their personal phone numbers if I needed anything so that I could text them if something happened. It has been amazing because I've had lots of questions.
They both found the most generous attorneys who gave their personal phone numbers for no extra charge. You know what I love about this is that every time Brittany gets called out asking where the money is, she deflects back and says, look, how much did Queen and Granny raise? How much did they raise? I think that she was jealous that we got the support we got, and she thought she was going to be able to get as much. And now she feels like, well, damn. And she keeps saying how I had to pay more. I had to pay more than what I raised. I think she thought she was going to raise way more than she did. And now she realizes the grift wasn't worth it.
Yeah. And I think she thought that you guys raised more than you paid.
Exactly. I think she thinks like, oh, everything was, I agree. I agree. And now she's kind of stuck at that point of like, well, what the fuck? I thought I was going to raise more, but I didn't. And now I'm stuck having to answer where all this money is. And I didn't even get as much money from it as I wanted to. I think that's where she's at, Lynn.
What a lot of people don't realize is that you actually do have to invest in your channel. And sometimes that investment is legal. And you don't get what?
Sorry. So I was going to say, that's what I had to do with this declaratory judgment. This wasn't done just solely to be like, got you, Brittany. This was done to protect my channel, because now if she comes after my channel, I have this ruling through a court that shows that was one of the goals of her threatening a C&D, and what she didn't follow through with. And YouTube's going to listen to the legal end of things before they ever listen to an attorney who's doing things behind the scenes, allegedly.
For sure.
Because that was part of the reason why they sent the C&Ds, so they can take them to YouTube and say, look, we tried to get them to stop and they haven't listened. And this is harassment. This is all these things. That's why I responded.
And I know YouTube's response to that, it would be, this is a civil matter, take it up in court.
Right. And then if they happen to lead them to believe they took us civil, I at least have this ruling to say, no, they didn't.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it was an investment, unfortunately, that had to be taken.
Yeah. So
no.
Oh, sorry, Lane.
No, I'm sorry. It's just that it's so, but what people, so you shouldn't expect your subscribers and your members who are looking for content for their memberships and their subscriptions to pay for your channel investments that you need to make in your business. And that's what she's not only expecting that, she's just expecting them to pay all her living expenses too.
Well, and that's why, when Brittany tries to act otherwise, I never asked anybody for a penny to help me with this declaratory judgment, because I know it's necessary for me to be able to continue making money. I didn't ask people to help cover this expense.
Right.
She's a fucking asshole.
Nobody knows who my attorneys are. Nobody. And they're not gonna.
And you think that you deserve answers and you're demanding me to tell you something? Email me.
and I'll be happy to refund your payment.
Same thing.
Actually,
Brittany said.
I did not get a 20K donation. I got 20K worth of donations. They were all separate donations by separate people that amounted to 20K. And actually, it was 20K plus 200.
And she never did anything. She never sought out any of us with that 20K. And then it was, oh, well, I need 10K now to make my own streaming website to go live from. And that didn't happen either. She got 10K for that and it didn't happen.
Yep.
This is who Brittany idolized. Oh, and she did the same thing. Natasha did the same thing. I'm doing this for all of you. I need this to protect all of us.
Yep.
It was the same pitch.
Yep.
Specific. So yes, I did. Sure did. For my legal fund, I did. Sure did.
Oh, and at the same time, she had a Christmas fund going too. Y'all raised $17,000 and blow past the $20,000 legal fee fund goal, and it closed at $20,255. Then y'all raised over $1,800 to blow past the $5,000 goal for the community Christmas fund, and is currently at $5,315. Yeah.
Anybody who has donated, I'm not giving any of the information about what is happening.
Yeah, sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Link you all, and then you hear Brittany telling you all, I idolized her. I started my channel off by copying her because I thought she was so great. I mean, she made so much money. It was unbelievable.
Well, she has to walk that fine line between, hating her because she, joined a recliner survivor channel to dog on her, right?
Right. Which
but
is my
also,
whole point. Always a victim at the moment.
Exactly. But also doing every single thing she does on this platform, everything she did on this platform, and behaving in all the same ways. And that's my whole point in this, is that she has consciousness of guilt and she knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. Don't let her say, oh, I didn't realize, or, don't let her talk around it or play dumb or anything like that, or sidestep. One of the things that you could see in my video is that when she talked about Natasha with the fund, she said, did you notice that whenever anybody asked Natasha about the 20K, she always, or about scamming, she never mentions the 20K. She just sidesteps it. Well, that's what Brittany's in the active mode of doing right now, is creating all this other shit, all this other distraction to sidestep it. And she can't, because she knows that we're not buying these invoices. Invoices say shit. Even if you could prove without a shadow of a doubt that $8,000 or $10,000 or however much money went to a lawyer, we do not say $8,000 or $10,000 worth of work at all.
No, that's true. And it was brought to my attention that the other day, Brittany had made a comment stating that her attorney reached out to mine and that he ignored him.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm here to tell you that my attorney doesn't appreciate being lied on. So he emailed. He emailed Mr. Rancher.
Do we get to hear the result of that?
Let me make sure if I can, but I believe so.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was curious if you heard that too. I was like, what? You know what they're going to do? Well, I shouldn't give them any tips, but I can kind of see ahead of this a little bit.
Well, he's not involved. That's the end result.
Got it.
He's not involved, but hold on, I'm waiting to see sorry, but I should have asked first, but I did want to put it out that, yeah, he's aware that she said that. So he approached the matter accordingly. I did just ask him if I may read it. Okay. All right. So here, this is what he wrote.
Oh, goody.
Dear Attorney Harris, on or about September 18th, via FedEx, a cease and desist letter dated September 10th was sent from your office to Jessica. Ms. Sang received your C&D on or about September 19th. In your C&D, you asserted, please direct all future communications concerning this matter to me and my firm. See C&D, page 3. In that regard, Ms. Sang responded to your C&D on or about September 19th. You did not reply. Since Ms. Sang did not receive a reply to her response to your C&D, this office was retained to handle the issue therein. As a result, this office filed a civil action complaint declaratory judgment in the Court of Common Pleas, Delaware County, Pennsylvania. The DJ was filed on or about October 1st. The DJ was served via personal service upon Miss Jackson on October 3rd. Ms. Jackson did not file an answer or otherwise respond within 20 days required to do so under Pennsylvania Rules of Civil Procedure. Consequently, Ms. Jackson was served via personal service with a note of precipice to enter default judgment under PA rule on or about October 27th. Then, on or about October 31st, Ms. Jackson contacted this office via voice message. In her voicemail, Ms. Jackson did not note the case related to her call. In turn, this office emailed you and Joseph P. Lesniak, advising her that we could not discuss either case with her because she is represented by counsel in one case, and based on the contents of your C&D and her affirmations there too, you were her counsel here too. Again, you did not respond! Exclamation points. Be advised, a default judgment was certified by the Delaware County court on November 7th, as Ms. Jackson failed to answer the DJ even after being served a notice of precipice to enter default. At some point after Ms. Jackson's October 31st voicemail, it was brought to our attention that she was handling this litigation pro se. Now it was brought to our attention that this office did not reply to a response from your office related to our email to you on October 31st. Make no mistake, you did not send this office an email reply, nor did you respond to Ms. Sang's email to you prior to her retained in this office, nor did you file a pro hac vice motion with the court to handle the above noted case. We welcome proof to the contrary that can be verified via forensic analysis, your email to this office. Be mindful, C&Ds littered with misapplications of law and supposedly only sent to intimidate individuals do not warrant any consideration. Instead of Ms. Jackson levying allegations of being a quote-unquote back alley attorney, she should pursue the following. And then he puts the Clish Dictionary to a Philadelphia lawyer and be guided accordingly. Finally, Ms. Sang's litigation concerned your C&D, and thus you are being noticed, as we have not heard anything to the contrary. Cordially, my attorney.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead and show you all what he linked for Brittany's educational purposes to stop referring to my attorney as a back alley attorney. Is it on screen? You want to give the honors of reading it, Link? I read too quick.
You want me to read that?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, Philadelphia lawyer, the epitome of legal shrewdness. Philadelphia lawyer, definition. A Philadelphia lawyer refers to an attorney. Sorry, it's a little bit small. Hold on.
Hold on, I'll try to make it bigger.
Attorney renowned for exceptional shrewdness, skill, and expertise in legal matters. The term often implies capacity for clever and astute maneuvering within the legal system. Etymology and historical context. The phrase Philadelphia lawyer traces its origins to the 18th century, specifically linked to the celebrated cause of John Peter Zenger in 1734. Zenger, a printer, faced charges of libel for publishing criticisms of New York Governor William Cosby. Andrew Hamilton, a distinguished attorney from Philadelphia, defended Zenger and successfully argued for freedom of the press, leading to Zenger's acquittal. This case set a precedent in American law that truthful statements cannot be deemed libelous. Despite Hamilton's honest defense and refusal to charge a fee for folklore transformed him into a cunning legal tactician, thus giving rise to the current connotation of the term. The Salem Observer of March 13th, 1824 noted, the New England folks have a saying that 3 Philadelphia lawyers are a match for the very devil himself. That's great. Should I keep reading?
It doesn't matter. The point is taken. It basically says the phrase Philadelphia lawyer encapsulates the idea of an attorney possessing extraordinary legal acumen and resourcefulness. What is it?
Acumen. Yeah.
Acumen. Thank you. While it conveys admiration for legal prowess, it may also carry a pejorative undertone, suggesting manipulation or cunning tactics. The term is versatile, applicable in contexts where legal expertise and strategic ingenuity are paramount.
Ingenuity are paramount.
So basically, don't keep calling him a back alley attorney, bitch. He's a Philadelphia attorney. They don't fucking play. That's exactly what this reads as.
Cultural and social usage. In contemporary discourse. Philadelphia lawyer is employed to describe individuals who exhibit remarkable legal skill and strategic thinking. The phrase appears in various cultural mediums, including literature and journalism, where it underscores the complexity and sophistication of legal practice. It serves as a metaphor for astute problem solving and adept negotiation within the legal framework.
You know, because Brittany's under this delusion that these attorneys, because she says the same thing about Chloe and Cletus's attorney. Oh my God, he was so rude. He was so aggressive, or he was, you know what I mean? It's like these attorneys don't like people like you who abuse the process.
Right.
Because Cletus put up a fabulous video where he showed exactly what Chloe and Cletus's attorneys wrote in their defense, which was exactly that Brittany's ROs were brought forth as an abusive process to humiliate them and so forth. These attorneys aren't going to coddle your ass, Brittany.
Right.
And then when she made that stupid comment, Granny's trying to pin her attorney against mine. Oh, that's what attorneys do. Fucking idiot.
Yep.
That's what attorneys do.
Did he hear back from Rancher?
He tried calling him. Rancher tried calling my attorney.
Oh, okay. But there isn't a resolution to it that we know of. Except that it was that the default was granted by the court, right?
Right, that he's not representing her.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So let's just put this into perspective now, okay? That's transparency. That's work product of a lawyer. That's where you can see that a lawyer is actually doing his job. And that little bit of fuckery exercise that you, Brittany, made that lawyer go through is going to eventually cost you at least $500 to $1,000. Just that little bit right there.
The fact that he had to write that all out because you're out here lying to the public that my attorney is not responding to yours when your attorney is not representing you is a fucking issue. You don't get to lie on attorneys.
Yep. So how long do you have to sit there and snore on the screen to earn enough money to pay for that fuckery you just did?
Oh, that's a good question. I think she should just go ahead and give us all what your friend Loon was doing for a bit there and film yourself sleeping through the night.
Sleep
You're
stream.
gonna need
Yeah.
Yep. Right, and BJ's transparency is not transparent at all, I'll tell you that. But what she's not going to do is keep lying on me and my attorney and what we are and aren't doing.
Quinny, he's not representing her in that matter.
In that
particular matter. You have to see.
Well, to be fair, Lynn, he's not representing her in any matter that is recognized by the courts on any docket.
Correct.
Therefore, is he even representing her?
We don't know.
I mean, she may have retained him or something, but he's not representing.
Let's track how she characterized this attorney from the beginning. At first, he's a flat fee guy. He's just flat fee. He doesn't do retainers. No. And the entire chat's, all of her mods are like, yeah, and totally defending her. Oh, you're so stupid for not knowing that there's flat fee attorneys, blah, 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 blah. And then in the next stream, she's like, oh, I retained him. He's on retainer now. He's my attorney. Retained. Wait a minute. I thought he was flat retainers. Yeah. And now she does talk about him being retained, but apparently not retained for anything that matters in, that will actually get you any results, because you keep fucking losing. And I'm going to have to update my scoreboard for you because I created a Brittany J YouTube legal fuckery scoreboard.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And it is now 4. No, it's 3. Oh no,
it's 4.
It's 4-0.
4-0.
4-0, Brittany.
What a day. You're a loser.
And maybe someday you'll get up to the, your idol's amount of 18 losses and one, hopefully you won't get a win. But yeah.
Well, this is the way I feel about it. If you are going to be the one to initiate litigation, at least understand the basics of it before doing so.
Yeah.
Because you're looking really stupid. On the invoice, right? On her invoice. Now, he doesn't do invoices. Then he does invoices. And she can't stop lying. Right? The truth is never this complicated. And that's why my transparency with all of you intimidates her so much. So much so that she wants to convince all of you that it's abnormal for me to be transparent about a public fucking docket.
Right.
And these emails, best believe these emails require me to be transparent with all of you, because if she didn't come out here and lie that her attorney has been contacting mine and he's not responding, then that email would have never been written. And therefore I would never have to come out here and set the public straight. But because she publicly lied, I'm now out here to tell you all the truth of it, which is backed up via an email.
And that costs Granny money, because that costs the lawyers time. And that's why At Night keeps stretching out the time, because time is money.
Yeah, and in case Brittany wants to claim I'm lying, there's a little gander of the entire email. Okay? I'm not lying about the emails that are being sent to your attorney that he continues to ignore because he's not your attorney.
I loved how he said forensic proof to the other, forensic proof of,
we welcome proof to the contrary that can be verified via forensic analysis. Your
Right.
email to this office.
Because that's where I was going when I said, I know where they might go with this, but I'm not going to give them any tips. That's where I was going, and he already anticipated it. And that's where, oh, well, I didn't get it. It must have been an email glitch. You know how Brittany's always doing that. She has suffered through like 3 weeks of StreamYard glitching her because she's been falling asleep on stream.
Right. And the trees that knock it down, and the loose
Yeah.
wires, and the ghost in the house.
Yeah.
I like this part too. Be mindful, C&D's litter with misapplications of law and supposedly only sent to intimidate individuals do not warrant any consideration.
I think that was my favorite part.
Yeah. And instead of Miss Jackson levying allegations of being a back alley attorney, she should pursue the following. Basically, I don't have respect for people that misapply the law to try to intimidate people. He's straight up telling Ranger, I don't respect what you did. Therefore, I would show no consideration to you or your client.
Yeah.
Because again, good lawyers don't like people that abuse the court process.
Nope.
They have respect for the courts, for the time the courts put into it, and respect for themselves. And they're not out here abusing court process.
Right. Because when you submit documents that don't adhere to the court process, it costs the courts time to figure out what they're looking at.
Right. The judge now has to take time away from an actual case to look at what Brittany sent to C&D and come up with the judgment.
Yep.
And May's right. She always talks about getting emails, but then whenever someone unhappy with her or to ask a question, all of a sudden her email's broken and it don't work. Oh, look at this. Jesser Lynn, do you know what she's claiming now about someone using her name for a doctor's appointment? I don't know what that is. I'm so confused on that, because does she really think she's the only person with that name?
Oh my God. I didn't hear that nonsense.
Yeah, it's for her. So I'm hearing of it too. Nonsense.
I don't know. But I did hear her say that it was the court clerk's name or fault. If the form said that she personally knew Cletus and Clue, it was that lady's fault who filled out the form.
Oh, and
Not
it
her
was
fault.
right. And it was also my attorney's fault because he told her to contact the court
Yes.
clerk with any questions, but that is not what his paper said. And I showed all of you that he directed her to a place that helps you find a lawyer, not the
Yes.
courts, because the courts don't answer questions they don't answer legal questions. She's just a liar all around. Always blame somebody else.
Let me give you all a tip that was really helpful for me. And I actually do hope that Brittany listens to this, because it would save us all from it would be doing the community a kindness. There is a thing called legal aid.
Yeah, listen
Okay?
and Snoozy Poon. Legal aid is exactly the office my attorney recommended you contact.
Legal aid, not the court. Legal aid is not the court. It might be located near court or at the courthouse, but it is a organization that helps you figure out the legal process if you are representing yourself.
Which is exactly what my attorney was very courteous and drop into you to help you out.
Right.
And then you lie on him continuously. And Brittany, keep the insinuations in your chat. Keep allowing your chatters and you to go, implying there's something inappropriate happened between me and my counsel. I think that will serve you very well in the end as well, you dumbass. Keep doing it.
Was that being implied?
Oh, absolutely it was, Lynn.
Wow.
Absolutely it was.
Of course they have to take it there.
Of course they do, because they're sick motherfuckers.
Yep.
because these people don't have an idea of what an actual retained attorney looks like. So the fact that my attorney is retained and works for me and works with passion automatically means something differently.
There always has to be some deviant feeling behind somebody's strong, strong feeling of righteousness or justice.
Right.
Most of my passion comes from the need for justice. I have this overriding need for justice, and people, the people want to read it as jealousy, or obsession. No,
Such
it's
an
a
easy
need.
thing to go to.
It's a need for justice.
Right.
And
just to show again, when Brittany says that my attorney, she called the number my attorney told her to call. Well, ask yourself. So I'm not going to answer this directly, Agent 99, but I will say this. How many times have you as a back alley attorney that he's doing things in a corrupt, that's what back alley means, that he's doing things in a corrupt and not forefront way. But yet he's the only one you don't see on a docket anywhere, right?
He's the only one that where we see actual work on the dockets. I mean, your lawyer is the only one where we actually see work on the dockets and emails being sent, and the only one winning in court.
Right. The only one competent. I mean, holy hell. Have you read some of these people's filings?
Yeah.
Exactly, Addie. Thank you. Everything she has said this was pertaining to Granny. Right off the frivolous lawsuit she wrote Sebastian back on. BJ said it's not for Granny. Did she finally say what's not for Granny? Because all I've heard from the very beginning was it's for Granny. Now that she can't come after Granny, now it's not for Granny. I mean, sorry, Brenda's in here. Brenda, didn't she lead you to believe that she was retaining attorney fees to go after Granny? Now because she can't come after Granny because I smacked her down in a courtroom twice, now it's not for Granny? Oh, I love that. Thank you. It's about time you learn to stop coming after me, bitch. She'll learn to stop coming after everybody, really. I want to hear more about this. Thank you, Tonka girl. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I want to hear more about this doctor's appointment. Like, did somebody give her phone number and shit too? And that's how I'm a little confused on it.
Someone in chat said that someone signed her up for a sleep study in Chapel Hill.
Oh, geez. Thank you so much for gifting a membership, Tonka. So I do believe somebody would do that dumb shit, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like sending them the LDS to her, the missionaries to her.
Right. It's just like when they signed me up for bestiality porn and shit. You know what I mean?
I was signed up for that shit too.
Right. Like she's not, that's the other thing. Brittany will try to like cry to you all that she's the only one that's ever gone through shit like this. No, she's not. We all have. We've all had people sign us up for dumb shit. We've all had people call the cops on us on warranty. Matter of fact, Brittany and her friends spread a rumor that I was selling illegal pistols, and her mod at the time, Yvette, wanted everybody to call the police on me, which could have led to swatting if my police weren't aware of my YouTube presence already. Thank God they were, and they didn't swat me.
I didn't know about that. Illegal pew-pews?
Oh yeah, they went through an old Venmo, and it was like 5-6 years ago.
Oh,
a guy I was friends with at the time sent me $30, and he wrote, being silly like he does with all of his Venmo transactions, for the nosy body bored idiots like them, he wrote, for those illegal guns you wanted.
Oh my God.
Ran with it like it was truthful, and that I'm buying these $30 illegal guns, and I'm running this gunslinging operation. And they literally wanted me swatted for it.
What's more crazy about that, the bigger craziness about that is them stalking through your Venmo that far back.
I know. Isn't that sick?
Yeah.
Literally sick. But Brittany's the only one who's ever been a victim of anything. Mind you all, Brittany was involved in all of that. Okay, she was involved in all of that. But yes, Brittany, you've just been such a victim.
Well, they were doing it on her behalf.
We did Jill, but then it went back down because the whole situation that just took place. Thank you so much, Blondie. Yeah, that's what Brittany always done. She's always had somebody willing to do her dirty work for her. Then her hands look clean, but we all know she's the one that's distributing the jobs to others, if you will. When Rancher has to answer, that's the first thing in trolling creators, is sign them up for random websites, right?
Yep.
It's disgusting. It happens though.
Gary's like, bestiality has a club. Where can I go? No, I'm kidding.
And meanwhile, Joe's like, racketeering and dealing arms is exhaustive.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, how do you have any energy to come online and do all this stuff while you're doing all that shit, all that other shit, Granny?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be so busy being just this big mastermind criminal.
I mean, and if you were doing all that stuff, wouldn't you be super, I mean, you would have
well off.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like trying to figure out what you could buy at the dollar store.
Exactly, right? I mean, holy shit, ain't that the truth?
Figuring out the best deals on meals and shit.
Gosh, although I do have to say, I think if I ever were to be rich, I would still be fruitile.
Oh
no, I just really am.
No, you mean frugal.
Frugal.
Yeah.
What's fruitile mean then?
Actually, you know, in all honesty,
I thought I had that one.
What?
Oh, never mind. I thought I had the right term there. I was all excited for myself, and of course I didn't.
You said fruitile. You were mixing feudal and frugal.
Yeah.
But oh shoot, I forgot where I was going with that. I forgot my train of thought. It'll come back.
Right, Sony, which allows her with confidence, mind you, to say, I have never. You know who else used to always say, I have never.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharon.
I have never.
I know, foolish mortal. I'll never live that one down. I'm going to find a way to get revenge for that one.
At the four quarters.
Gosh darn it. But I mean, at what point though, Lynn, and all jokes aside, at what point do you realize that being cheap when it comes to representation, when it comes to litigation, doesn't get you very far?
Oh yeah. No, you can't. You are a complete idiot if you think you're going to get into litigation, even pro se, and not get it and not spend a shit ton of money, because you might lose and pay the other person's lawyer fees.
Yeah.
So you're just
not just
an idiot.
Not just lawyer fees, but the cost of litigation. I mean, it costs money to have her served. It
Yep.
costs money to file. It's not just attorney fees.
And if you're trying to go the defamation route, then you're going into depositions and having to pay for that to even happen, traveling, transcripts. Yeah, it costs a lot of fucking money.
And I think she learned that recently, which is why now she's claiming that her attorney's going through transcripts on YouTube. I don't believe that for 1 minute. For $8,000, this man did not send out 4 C&Ds and is going through YouTube transcripts. He would ask her to present all that to him.
Right.
And if she gave a fuck about money and spending her subs money, she would be the one to offer to do all of that to spare herself a few dollars.
Yep. Yeah, the lawyers have no problem telling you to do some of the grunt work so they don't have to bill you for it.
Right, to spare the cost a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, I see, Brenda. I was just hoping you could validate that. It's been no secret that Brittany's been gunning for me this entire time. I think me and Clue especially. Man, I think it's amazing though, Lynn. I mean, you get what you pay for. In one case it was free and in the other it was cheap. And look where it's at now.
Yep, she's 4-0.
A default judgment and begging the courts for a second go with a brief that was due a week ago.
Yep.
And they put that in. They put that on the docket twice, Lynn.
What put that one the appeal brief?
Yeah, when they're asking for a prayer relief or whatever.
Yeah.
They submitted that twice.
They're so weird. They're so incompetent.
That's what it is. It's incompetence.
Fucking bunch of boobs, man.
Yeah, a new application for relief filed this morning, but they just filed it the other day. They filed it Monday. And then they filed it again today.
She attacked Brenda in her last live.
Did she? Of course she would.
Of course.
She's an ungrateful bitch.
Yeah, so that's another thing she says in this video I pulled out is that at one point she argued with her dad for 2 years that she was 32 when she was actually she argued that she was the wrong age.
Wait, what?
So sorry, I had to clear my throat. she said that somebody asked her how old she is, and she goes, "Oh, I'm 34, but you know what? I had to
She's
think
not
about
34.
No, this was 4 years ago.
Okay.
So this is a video from 4 years ago, okay? And
I
so
want to know, she copied a story that I shared several times. Should I tell you my story first and you tell me if it's relatable?
well, the thing is that I think a lot of us have done this, and it's where you kind of forget how old you are for a
Oh, yeah.
minute.
Angela tried making a big deal because I thought I was turning 36 when I was turning
Yeah.
37. They're like, "Oh, Granny lied about her age. Oh my God." Rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. I even asked Google how old I was.
Right. But
No, wait, I'm an adult.
And a lot of people do that. I still sometimes have to calculate, wait, what, my birthday is, how old I am. So
Dude, they attacked the shit out of me for that, Lynn.
it's honestly not that abnormal for that to happen. But what Brittany said is that for 2 years, she said she was 32, and she even argued with her dad about it.
Oh my God.
So when you put that together with everything else, it makes it so much more funny. You know what I mean?
Right, because that's the type of shit she does double down to lie on.
Yeah.
Even when the truth is easily debunked. When she's easily debunked with the truth, she will still double down and argue it.
Yeah.
That's what covert narcissists do, though.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess she's not offering to give Brenda any of her money back. She at first said she would pay Brenda back. And Brenda said, "I'll accept it in Cash App payments." And she's not paying her back.
Wow.
Darcy says checking out the Laura Owens case is different, yet the weird behaviors, course, and personality issues are similar. Laura doubled and tripled down. The DA has finally got involved with several serious charges against her. Ooh, Darcy, I will definitely take a look. Because I have a feeling that's where this one's going to eventually end too.
Something she said about, oh gosh, sorry, darn it. She said, you know what she said about Natasha's 20K is that, Natasha is totally just swindled that, and just paid it. She spent it as soon as she got it at the casino. So I would predict that that's exactly what Brittany did. She just spent it as soon as she got it. Or
confessions.
Yes, exactly. That was what Brittany was saying about Natasha 4 years ago. So, of course, everything she says about Natasha is predictive about herself. Everything, right?
Yep.
So,
leakage.
Yep, leakage.
You know what? That reminds me too. So, hold on, I'm drawing a blank. Brittany said to start a fundraiser, she would return money if asked, didn't she? She sure did. And then even Craig was offering to pay the money back, and Brittany still maintained, if you want a refund, just email me, which is exactly what the clips showed, is what her idol said at one point. I draw a blank of what I was going to say too.
You know what my theory is about their financial situation, and I don't stand on this, like I don't die on this hill or anything, so it's not that big a deal. But I think that they have spent over their means. They have lived beyond their means, waiting for this. They have waiting for this, inheritance to come in, and so they went and took out a bunch of credit, and now they're up to their ears in debt.
Do you think that's what's happening?
I do, and I think that they have to spend I think that they are servicing debt, like mounds of debt every month that she is freaking out about. That's what I believe.
That's interesting. First, Wendy, thank you so much, because I will be grabbing more. It was absolutely delicious, and I appreciate that generosity towards it. I feel like this is how they've always done it. I feel like she has swooned the audience for a long time into believing that she was some struggling mother, this Christian mother, just struggling to make basic ends. And it was Craig who slipped up 2.5 years ago when he said, as soon as we get that 100K inheritance, we won't be asking you people for shit. And she quickly deleted it. She denied he ever said it, but we got it. And I think since then, they have been living on the idea. And I want Brittany to know, just because Craig's not listed in the RICO doesn't mean that there's not a way to pull Craig into being responsible for the RICO.
Well, and you have to think about, the way people like that think. They're always trying to figure out another way to get free money, money that they don't have to work for. Well, One way to do that is to take out a mortgage on a home that you might have access to. Another way to do that is just to take out
Refinance.
lines of credit. And she, you know, how she's always talking about the Best Buy credit. You know, it's called credit, you guys. It's called credit.
Right.
So, but I'm sorry, but when you are taking out credit, that means you're spending, you know, 50% or double the amount that you would have paid for it before. And
absolutely agree.
And it keeps mounting up and mounting up. And also you do have to pay your taxes, blah, 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 blah. All this to say that I think she's servicing debt every month that is catching up to her.
Well, somebody did say, she did recently say she's slowly getting out of the hole.
Not
No.
anymore.
Could you imagine, while raising attorney fees, I was out here telling you all about these 2 new computers I just bought and phones and
Right.
watches and this and that? Nope.
Especially, but you were raising attorney's fees for a defense.
Right.
She's initiating it on frivolous, false and frivolous complaints.
And she failed at that. Like,
Yeah.
She keeps saying she's the only one who's been transparent, yet people still don't know what that money was raised for.
Yeah.
And I believe it was raised to take our channels down.
Kind of sounds like it.
Well, that's what Kelsey wrote. Kelsey wrote, and he's still busy talking to platforms, channels, platforms. That's what Kelsey said.
I wonder
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I like the part 2 where Kelsey says, I think we're at the point now where we're in actual litigation and we need more attorney money.
Right. Wasn't that pre-litigation? They called it pre-litigation at one point.
It was pre-litigation, but now she recognizes, I think we're at the part where we need more attorney. Now we need a real attorney. Now shit got real. We didn't want it to become real. We just wanted to intimidate everybody into silence and hopefully low-key take down their channels. But holy shit, they fought back and they won. So now we need to really step it up.
And then Craig was in the background talking about how the guy is a defamation attorney and that's what he's there for. And then the other thing that's very confusing to me is Ivy League flight nurse saying something about a criminal attorney.
Oh, please. We learned last time that first off, you can't just, oh my gosh. Then again, these are the same people I thought you could just hire your own prosecutor. So who knows with them, Lynn? Holy shit.
You don't, just so everybody understands why this is so confusing, is the only kind of criminal attorney you can privately hire is a criminal defense attorney.
Right.
To when you are accused of a crime. Okay. So it sounds to me like what they were trying to imply was that they hired an attorney that could bring criminal charges. That doesn't happen. The only type of lawyer who can bring criminal charges is the state's or the, municipal DA. They work for the government. The government can only bring criminal charges. You can't hire an attorney to, but what Lesniak tried to do was put criminal charges in a civil complaint so that they would lead to criminal charges, so that they could bring the complaint and the RICO, lawsuit to the DA after they hopefully won, and then criminal charges could be brought. That's what they were hoping would happen.
Yeah. And I think that part of what they were hoping will happen, just not the way they were hoping for it to happen.
Right.
Angel Chip says, scarier even is how much BJ's voice even sounds like NC. Well, I will say when Brittany was friendly with NC, she did have a heavier accent. She mimics who she's, associated with, like mirrors the personality of people that she's friendly with, which is bizarre. Did you see my text about Dollar General haul for you? I did, Angel. Thank you so much. I thought my phone's been messing up with responding. I thought I responded to you last night. I think I did actually. Misrepresent herself. I agree, May, but that's the way she's always done it. So now she's acting like she's gonna. Well, here's what's funny about that. The only person who legitimately can face criminal charges at this point is the person who on several different places lied under declaration of perjury.
On sworn documents.
Right. And Brittany did that in PA. And then she did it in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the only one that anybody would literally be able to potentially pursue going to the DA about and saying, hey, because you can file a personal private complaint, citizen's
Mm-hmm.
complaint, I mean, and basically saying, like, this person committed a crime and it's not enough to involve the police, but I do think it's
Right.
enough for you to look at.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's what I mean. She could be the one held criminally liable.
it has to be pretty amazing for them to actually take notice of it, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, in that case, you would hope you have a good local stand-in.
Right.
I don't know how this is going to end, Lynn, but I just pray it ends very fucking soon because I am so over it all.
Yeah. So your lawyer doesn't really have an ETA on how this, well, I guess we'll have to hear back from the court on this latest desperate attempt to stall things.
Yeah, if they give them, if they grant them the relief, which again, I won't be surprised if they do because
Right.
they'll, if they want to hear it on merits, they'll mark it all at the end, or
Right.
if they don't grant it. Either way, I don't think it's going to change much for them at all.
Right. Here's the thing. I said this in the chat. Here's the thing. We know that they're incompetent. Them being able to get a little bit more time is not going to change their level of incompetence. So that they can, their next brief is going to be just as incompetent and just as messy and just as bad. So
Right.
all it's going to keep doing is just, they're just pushing the ball along for them to have to spend more money in the long run for your lawyer to have to keep doing their work for them by proxy, by correcting them in his motions.
Right. And what it also may do is it may just stand out further in the judge's eyes as to why punitive and sanctions are necessary here.
Yep.
Because it's hard to fathom that an attorney such as Joseph Lasniak could be so fucking incompetent. So then it bears the question of what the judge already brought to question her opinion as to who the actual scrivener is of this filing. And I don't think the judge is going to take kindly to finding out that two, bored people in a basement that have no legal license at all is operating as counsel. I don't think she'll like that.
Right.
And she did question that in the opinion. I forget exactly at what part, but she did kind of bring up, like, well, who's the actual scrivener of this? That is hard to believe that somebody like Joseph Lasniak could screw up this majorly. She
said it's hard to. I find it difficult to believe that an attorney with 20 years of experience was the scrivener of this these complaints. Yeah.
And then add in these briefs and how horribly done they were. Add in all of it. And I do believe that it would serve right to see some type of sanctions at the end of this.
Yeah.
And I know attorneys aren't given sanctions easily, but again, at night and Nick and them and all those 9 other plaintiffs would have never been able to do this without the license of Joseph Lasniak.
No, it's like they rented his signature to just run amok.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what else. It will go down in history, right? And it will always have at night, first in bold on it, followed by Dog the Bounty Hunter, represented by Joseph Lasniak.
Right.
So.
And of course, Sebastian's name is plastered all over it because his case was trending.
It's so sad, man. And look, his case is no longer trending because everybody's afraid to speak. As the video just saying put together of Brittany acknowledging that months ago and saying that Tony Mathis is just money hungry. Brittany's own words.
Mm-hmm. She ultimately agrees with us about herself and all of her plaintiffs, and she's said it at one point or another within the last 4 years.
Yeah. That's how unself-aware this woman is, because instead of being confident in who she is, right? Like, I know at my age, I know exactly who I am. I've had enough life experiences. I've been a single mother of 2 kids. I've done I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. Okay.
Right.
I don't need to mimic those around me. Now, there's this natural thing when you're friends with somebody, you start to kind of pick up their phrases, or, your periods align. Us women know that, whatever. Brittany oddly idolizes the same people she professes to hate. And she tries to take on little bits and pieces of each of us to form who she is, because in her eyes, she has always been the non-popular fucking weirdo in the high school that sat and stared and gawked at the quote unquote mean girls, which in her world were simply the popular and normal women. So she still has this mentality of being stuck in those traumatizing high school years where she likely slept around getting pregnant, trying to feel some type of fucking love. And still as an adult, she's as lost now as she was then. And she has no idea who she is, where she belongs in this world. And her own man, Craig, doesn't help her out when he's over there saying what he's looking for in a woman and how he wishes he would have played the field a little bit more. So this poor thing over there, this bubbling buffoon of a wannabe person, just mirrors everybody about because she has no idea who she is.
And she actually really, while saying that she hates you and everybody else, or despises you or feels all these terrible feelings about you, she covets the attention you get. So she thinks that if she adopts, mirrors the things that you do and adopts the things that you, not just you, but Clue and Nonsense and everybody else, one day Nonsense shows her fingernails, the next day Brittany's showing her fingernails. One day you're saying a word and she's saying a word. One day Clue has her hair one way and the next day Brittany comes up with her hair that way. So hopefully in her mind, and I don't even think she consciously understands this. I think this is just her operating, like walking in the dark, operating, hoping that it'll work somehow. But because like you say, she's so lost in who she is, she doesn't even know she's doing this. Right?
She has no idea she's mirroring in everybody. And then she doesn't. She doesn't.
And she's hoping to get the same kind of attention that you guys do by doing those things. But we can see that it's so inauthentic. I actually get triggered by fake people. It gives me a shiver up my spine and it makes me feel nauseous when I can see how fake and phony people are.
Right. That's why she reeks of disingenuousness, which is why she'll pick up somebody's opinion and then contradict herself in the very next sentence because it's not her own opinion.
Yeah.
Because nothing about her is authentic because she doesn't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, actually.
I mean, consider the fact that now she calls one of her best friends and her top mod, Boston, supports Lana. And just 4 years ago, she was just absolutely disgusted about how Lana was revenge peeing Melissa and thought she should go to jail. And this was horrible.
Well, listen, as a damn near 40-year-old woman, to keep referencing a high school movie of Mean Girls, and that's your whole motto through life. I mean, don't forget, me and Brittany had a falling out because she said I broke girl code, for fuck's sake. Girl code over the internet with strangers I never met. Girl code.
Right.
Like, she's juvenile in every way, and it's likely because she's stunted at whatever age the addiction to attention or substance or love or whatever began. You get mentally stunted, and until you get you don't mentally grow.
Well, I know that's right because that definitely happened to me. I make no bones about it. I'm what you call what's the word I'm looking for? I even like with this. Sometimes I can't come up with the words, and that's a little bit of the brain trauma that I've had, but whatever.
That's when I just make up my own, Lynn. You want me to make one up?
I know.
Just throw it out there quick enough. People may not even hear it to know it's a fake word.
A late bloomer. So I totally got stuck at an age, like an emotional maturity age.
So did I, until I did the 12-step program.
Yep. It took me a while. It took me longer than most to get the emotional maturity that you need to actually know yourself and be confident and not worry about what every fucking person, not change yourself because of somebody said you're fat or lazy, not, you know what I mean? Not have
to become comfortable in who you are. Right.
Yeah.
And it does happen. It's not an uncommon thing to happen, but what's not common is for the two of them to both still be so juvenile in their thought process and try to implement other pieces of people they claim to hate. I've never witnessed anything like it.
Yeah.
Actually, I did in middle school.
Yeah.
The weird girl that would stare at us, want to be part of us, and then come in the next day wearing the same type of shirt we wore the day before, or our hair the same way, or, copy the way we spoke. That all did happen in middle school. It's not common to happen in adulthood. But
Yeah.
that's where she is. She sits on the other side, which is why I will always scream until the end of time that the only thing Brittany really wants is to sit at the fucking table. And
Yeah.
she can't stand that all of us are able to sit together and that we just won't accept her. And one of the reasons she hated me early on is because I saw right through her. And I'll never forget when I was on that phone call with Melissa Jade. And after an hour in, Brittany piped up and said something. I said, holy shit, I didn't know she was on the phone. Anyway, I ended with Melissa, like, yeah, I forgive you. We'll go our ways. You know, thank you for talking to me. And Brittany's like, yeah, I just think. And I said, no, I'm talking to Melissa. I don't like you. I will never like you. I think you want to wear her skin. It creeps me the fuck out. I think you're a piece of shit, and I never want anything to do with you. And ever since then, Brittany kept saying, well, Granny, you forgive everybody, but you won't forgive me. And I kept saying, it's not about forgiveness. I just don't fuck with you.
Right.
And that's the God's honest truth. You can go back 4 years ago to me getting off that phone call and repeating the same story verbatim because it has never changed. And that's when she set out to destroy me because I could see her for who she was. And then eventually, so did the other ladies. So did Melissa. And then mods after that. And the mods after that. And 200 mods later, people are finally waking up to what Granny pointed out on day one, which is you're a fraud.
Kind of Lauren-like, but yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they recognize who and what I am, we got to get in front of it. And you see Brittany do that even today. Brenda wakes up, so now she has to disparage Brenda to the public. She's done that with every person that's been close to her recently. The moment she realizes they're walking away, she then has to publicly disparage them before they come out with the truth about her. Because the truth about her threatens her.
The other night, when Chris was on when Chris was on Queen's panel and Nana went up and apologized to him, she was like, oh my God, what has happened? What a disappointment.
Oh yeah.
And Pink was like, go eat a dick, Nana. And because Nana apologized for the terrible things she said. I don't even know the terrible things she said, but she said some things that she regretted about Chris and Katie. So she apologized. That is the Christian thing to do.
Amen to that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your king has arrived. Hello, Aries. I know that's Aries without even seeing the full name. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then she has to make it this big personal thing against her because guess what? Nana, being an adult and displaying actual Christian behavior, threatens Brittany's juvenile, non-Christian-like behavior.
Yep.
Everything to Brittany is a threat to Brittany because it all comes with the exposure of who she really is. And that's what she's fighting so hard to stop from happening. But the masses have done a good job of really showing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Lynn, as always, I appreciate you joining me today.
Well, thanks for having me. And good work, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Lawyer, thank you.
I forget his name. It doesn't matter. But
I will forward it to
is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, thanks for having me. Have a good rest of you. I'll jump down so you can.
And I'll keep you posted as things move forward, as you know.
Thank you.
No olives for you.
All right. Goodbye, chat. I'll be in the chat. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you so much. Amos says, you were very insightful, Granny. I agree 100% with your assessment of BJ. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And, you know, I knew of Brittany when she was just a visitor on somebody else's channel. Then I got to know Brittany as a survivor of somebody's channel. And then I got to know Brittany as the liar who started her channel to mimic Melissa Jade and steal Melissa's topics. This is who Brittany's always been. It's who she will always be. And yeah, and just like a emotionally stunted person, she lives for and loves the chaos and the drama. That is where she thrives most. Just like somebody stuck back in high school days. You know, I'll never forget when Brittany came up on my panel and she said the most bizarre comment to me. And all I heard was insecurity. Do y'all recall when Brittany came up on my panel over the summer? You know, when she was afraid of me? And she came up on my panel and she said to me, and I never forgot it. She said, you're the type of woman that would sleep with another woman's man. And I said, what a bizarre fucking statement to make. One, you don't know me. Two, what an insecure statement to make. And as we have come to learn, and I said it back then, and she acted so jaw-dropped by it, But my statement back was, just because your man would try to sleep with me, bitch, doesn't mean I would ever sleep with him. And she acted gobsmacked by it. Oh my God, how dare she say that? What if we come to learn today of Craig because she allows him on the mic? Whitebird, thank you so much. Thank you for becoming a melon. You know what we've learned since she allowed Craigie to become on the mic? Is that Craig will absolutely sleep around on her. So again, I was right in my prediction that her statement came from a place of insecurity, not a place of describing who I am, because she doesn't know who the fuck I am. It came out of her own deep insecurity. And that is where Brittany operates the most from, her own deep insecurity, which is why she claws and latches on to the Jonesens and the Pinks and the Kims and the Moons and all of those who are confident enough to stand up and say whatever they have to say. And then she has to steal what they say and make it come from her because the bitch doesn't know who the fuck she is. But guess what, Brittany? It's going to be a hard lesson to learn at such a ripe age, but I'm here to teach you, sis. Don't you worry. In the meantime, if you guys haven't, will you please consider hitting up the thumbs up? We have been here a lot longer than I suspected. The thumbs up is the way of you all to express your right to freedom of speech. Use your freedom to use your thumb to hit the thumbs up. And I'll keep you all posted as things move through. She likes whatever man likes her. Don't get it confused, Mrs. America. She didn't have much choice in all of that. Oh, gosh, I don't even want to think of that. Bella, 43 months. And this, friends, is also what intimidated Brittany. The amount of people that have been here since day one and know exactly what I'm saying is to be the truth. Because Brittany don't have people she can turn to that's been there since day one to validate what she's saying. Because she has a rotating door of moderators, of friends, and of subscribers. Because again, nothing about her is real. And people realize that eventually, like the Brendas. Which is why I welcome all of you, whether you say shitty things or not. An apology goes a long way. I get it. She fools a lot of people. Hell, she fooled a lot of you to believe she was just a married Christian mother of two. And we all know how fake that was. Yep, I'm going to get ready to see if I can see the Northern Lights. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.